We about to do this live. We about to do the live.
Yes, sir. Reaction time. Let's get it.
Reaction time. Reaction time. YouTube working. Facebook. We gotta get Facebook live. Get up in the chat. Damn, I can't spell for nothing. What? Yo, hop up in there, y'all. Hop up in there. Yo, if you in here, say hello in the chat, y'all. Say hello. Say hi Twitch, hi YouTube.
Oh, hello.
All right, let me go.
Where are y'all watching the reaction at?
On Twitch.
Uh,
Just know if you're in here, you can be heard. So you're part of it too.
that's fine.
Awesome.
All right, the OF model got 100 bodies one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh my god. No pun intended. No pun intended. And pun intended. Oh my god. Not the Discord. Let me let this ad play. Oh. In 14 hours?
Yeah.
Nah, she wildin'. I didn't even see the. I didn't even see the. I didn't even see the video yet. She wildin'. Like, that's crazy. You ain't give yourself a day of rest. Even Jesus rested for 3 days. Like, you wildin'. You can read it.
Bugging the fuck out.
Right.
Nah.
Oh my god.
All right. Rakim, if you can, let me know if the YouTube title is correct. Let me know if the Facebook title is correct.
Let me see. Yes, YouTube is correct. Facebook.
Yo, if you in here, say something in the chat. Say what up. Say hello. We're gonna try to get like 10 people in here. Let's see if we get 10 people in here. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, Shane, my boy.
Yes, sir.
just. Josh, you in here? Josh in here? That nigga Josh bounced. We gonna try to get 10 people in here before we start, y'all. I see 7 people. We lit.
It's lit. Pick up the phone, man.
I see y'all in the chat. If you in the chat, say what up. I'm over here just sharing sharing my Twitch. I feel like sometimes the Twitch doesn't like the notifications don't be working for some people. I don't know why.
They hating.
Definitely hating. All right, we got 7 people in here. We're gonna start when we get 10 people. 10 people.
Oh, now it says 10 for me. Oh, now we're back to 8.
Yeah, I went down again.
10 people. Y'all better lock in at that 10. I ain't playing. Lock in.
Lock the fuck in.
Share that live with your homie. Share it with your girl. Share it with your grandma, your side piece.
Your side piece. Gotta get it on the action too.
Dead ass though. We're almost there, almost there. Let me know when it hits 10, Rakim.
Okay.
I'm just sharing the link right now with some people.
It's at 11.
Yeah.
Hey.
13.
We in there, 13. Hold on. Hold on. If you in here, if you watching, say something in the chat. Say hello. Say hello. We about to react to some shit. He said trash. Yo, we about to react to some shit, bro. Said say something in the chat. No. Damn, bro. I didn't get some... Yeah, y'all so mean, bro. Bunch of smart asses and mean. Oh my god. All right, we at 13. All right. All right, that's it. I ain't gonna share the. If y'all want to share the link, y'all can share the link. But I'm happy with 13. I'm happy. Appreciate y'all. All right. Yep. Pursue the happy. Dead ass. All right. So we reacting to a video that Rakim shared in the Discord. If you guys want me to react to a video, please share it in the Discord. If you don't know where the Discord is right under the video. Like, you can see the link to the Discord. It also pops up in the chat. That's on Twitch, by the way. If you're on Twitch, you can see it under the video, and also under it pops up in the chat. So if you put a video, we're going in order, but right now we're doing a special one for Rakim because he really wanted me to react to this. So I'm kind of excited. I seen this video before. I really honestly did not care too much for it, but we gotta see. All right, y'all ready? If y'all ready, type in "we ready" in the chat. Say we ready. Goddamn. That water brisk.
Got the Chinese food teacup.
Oh yeah, this is yo, fuck you. This is definitely the Chinese food iced tea cup. We keep those around here. Definitely gotta keep those. That's a hood staple.
Ah,
Them shits be lasting. Nah, you coming at me like that is crazy.
I'm not coming at you. We got the same shit.
He said, I got the Chinese food teacup. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready?
You recently injured in a car accident.
First of all, this is an ad, so we're not ready. I thought this was legit. All right. That lady,
First of all, this is that.
that lady did not look real. She looked like AI.
Yeah.
That's definitely AI. I ain't stupid. She ain't blink yet. Oh, now that I say something, she blinked. They listening. That's crazy. Queen Mimi Aquarius, what's up?
First time chatter.
First time chatter. How you doing? How's your day going?
Yeah, how many ads?
Yeah, dead ass. YouTube, what's going on? Oh, it's the same ad. It's the same ad. Long as hell.
Shit thick.
That shit almost 3 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's disgusting.
I need to get that YouTube Red. You right.
Yeah, I told you.
You right. Jesus.
I told you that
Yo.
shit. I didn't even know they got that long, bro.
I was gonna say Merry. How do you say it? Merry Christmas Eve? Merry Christmas Eve, y'all. There was one time I was laying back comfortable in my bed. I put a YouTube video on. Very, very wholesome, very chill. They hit me with a movie for an ad. That shit was like an hour, 13 minutes. I didn't realize. I'm sitting here chilling on my phone. I'm like, yo, why didn't the video start yet? I get up. The ad was an hour and some change. I'm like, yo, what's the point of this? What are you trying to sell me at that point? What the fuck?
They just showed you the movie at that point.
Dead ass. Whatever you selling, I already experienced it. I already got it. Free service at no cost. I should have checked if there was an ad first, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We gonna get it in. What up, YouTube? Say hi, YouTube. If you're on Twitch, say hi, YouTube. Say hi, Facebook. Yeah, how the fuck did we get here?
Did we click something wrong by accident? Like, what?
No, this is the video. This is 100% the video. We're almost there, y'all.
Oh my god.
Share the link, y'all. Share the link. They OD'd with that green screen. Is that a green screen, or you think she's actually in the office?
That's a green screen. That shit not real.
She's not even real.
She not even, none of this is real. With AI nowadays, none of it. These numbers ain't real neither.
Facts.
He said AI on AI.
Shit crazy.
Talking about Allen Iverson? All right. Come on. Y'all ready? Let's get serious, y'all.
Yeah.
Let's get serious. This is a serious topic.
Let's
Cause this female's taking 100 dicks in 14 hours. Yeah, I said it. This is serious. This is serious business.
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out. Like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just take
Yeah, I'm ready.
I gotta pause already, bro. I gotta pause already, cause poor child, poor baby. That's all I gotta say. I'm not gonna be mean. Poor child, for real. Like,
Hold on.
I'm holding.
Remember, this ain't like the old days where like she signed a porn contract. This is her. This is her OnlyFans run by her. With her all-female cast of handlers that she picked as managers.
So I'm not even gonna act like I understand. I don't understand.
This is 100% because you're like, oh, poor child. Listen, this is all her. This is her
Okay,
decision.
this is not like she's.
No one is forcing her. She's not like a regular porn star where she was forced into this. This was all her.
For the clout.
Mm-hmm.
They do anything for the clout, and by anything I mean 100 dicks.
Ready for this, and today I'm getting run through by 100 guys.
Oh,
Yo,
the way she said ran through. Like it's just whatever. This is my boy, by the way. I fucks with this guy. I be watching his videos.
what did I just watch? So I was scrolling down the timeline looking for another commentary YouTube video to watch, and I stumbled across this masterpiece, and it has to be talked about. This is Lily Phillips, OF extraordinaire, and I think she's been featured on this channel before as somebody who's taken a lot of spin in herself in
That's
one
dagger.
day. But I did not know that there was a full-on documentary that was
Right.
out there that existed. So I decided to watch the whole thing and
Mad
talk about it
knowledgeable
with you
about
guys because I think
You're right.
this is a great examination as to what is wrong with people today and who you should not be copying and following. With the rise of
I'm a firm believer. If you want to take 100 dicks in 14 hours, that's your business. That's your business. Whether there's something,
It's not safe.
I mean, walking outside your house ain't safe.
They gonna get into it.
Driving on the highway ain't safe. Everything's not safe. But as an adult, you have the right to do what you want as long as you're not hurting yourself or other people. All right, this is a judgment-free
Hurting
zone.
herself, but she's hurting herself.
This,
Exactly.
I lied. This is a judge zone. I judge. We all
I was
judge.
gonna
This
say,
is not a
I
judgment-free
was
zone
Like, that's a lie.
at all. Big ass
listen, we
lie.
don't judge.
I ain't gonna lie to
We
y'all like
listen
that.
and
I
we
fucks with
judge.
y'all.
I judge.
We listen and we
You judge
definitely
harshly.
judge.
We're
100%.
judging.
He said harshly.
I'm a
OnlyFans
judger.
and content creation to this extent in the past couple of years, it only makes you think, what is the mental state behind a lot of these content creators? Well, thankfully, that's what
We
Josh
point
Peters
and
did.
judge.
He decided to go to Lily Phillips a day before her content creation endeavor, her magnum opus, her, I don't know, Mr. Beast Squid Games, and look and see her mental state, psyche, and ask her a bunch of different questions in documentary style before the event took place. We thank Josh Peters because what is uncovered in this documentary literally has us checking in on our friends, families, and loved ones to make sure they are okay and that they do not go down a path of taking in 100 men in a single day.
When I was at university, very, very tame stuff, hand bras, underwear, things like that. Because I was at university and I was like, I'm being a anyway, could make a little bit of money.
What do you mean by you were being anyway?
That was just being at university. Like, I was just sleeping around with everyone.
Lily starts off by saying this is something that she's been thinking about for a long time. I mean, she was already at her college sleeping around with a bunch of men, so why not make some sort of profit off of this? And I can only think that a lot of young ladies think that same exact concept, but I think there's a difference between sleeping with a bunch of men that only exist in a certain proximity and deciding to put your online.
I've seen you say on podcasts and things before that your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just very open with it. Obviously, at the start, they were a bit apprehensive.
I need a pause, man. That's
Oh my God.
they're giving a lot of information, man. There's a lot of information. Let's backtrack a little bit.
Damn, we listen, we judge, and we laugh. That's
Literally,
crazy.
literally. Oh my God, I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna start at the end. I feel bad for the dad because, you know, there's dads out there, really good guys. They want to support everything their daughters do, and like, this is insane. Like, I don't care how supportive of a dad you are, no dad wants this, and just because you want this doesn't mean you need to put your dad through that shit. If anything, you should have kept that shit a secret. But I do respect her letting him know beforehand, so he's not like, oh my God, that's my daughter. Oh. You know, it's not like a shock. Yeah, he's not blindsided, but it's still like,
Right.
Come on, like that's still crazy. Oh my God. Wow.
Crazy. Like, come on now.
I have a question though.
Go ahead.
As a man, would you want to be the first nigga or the last nigga?
Yo, it's first or nothing.
Why would you want to be in that?
I'm just saying, if you in it,
I wouldn't want to be in it. Period. But I mean,
yeah.
Or nothing.
This is a hypothetical. Y'all don't know what.
If you have to choose, you gotta be the first though.
Yeah, don't judge me because I'm being a hypothetical. So why would you want to be in there anyway?
I don't want to be there at all. But if I was like forced to do this, it's first or nothing.
Oh my God. Jesus. I agree. First or nothing.
Because they want me to be safe and they want me to make good decisions. I just think I can't hold myself back and do something that I don't, that I'm scared what other people might think.
So Josh spends the beginning of the video kind of going through Lily's psyche, her backstory, and showing that this is different than a typical OF situation, which I can applaud because I'm into production a lot. This isn't a situation where Lily is just propping up a phone and having 9 guys come in, or 23 guys as she lamented in the beginning. No, this is a situation where she has a full-on dedicated staff of people seeing her get drilled. It doesn't matter if it's just online, who can experience it in real life, right? One thing I will applaud Lily for is that she talks about the fact that she's told her parents. I think I would feel some sort of way if I found out that my daughter, my sister, my cousin took 100 guys in a day and then planned on taking 1,000.
100%. I'm exiling that hoe. You're done. You're done. I'm sorry. You are not influencing my other children. You're not telling my brother, my sister. You're not telling nobody. God forbid my parents are still alive. Oh my God. You remember when you were a little kid and you tell your parents like, oh, I could do better. And then your kid over here fucking 100 dudes and one day they gonna look at you like, oh, I thought you could do better. What happened? No way.
So what happened? This is better?
This is better? This is what you was talking about?
1,000 guys at the beginning of the year, only on the internet, and she says that her parents are proud of her. Now, you make your judgments on that, but we've seen situations online before where content creators hadn't told their family members, it got discovered online, and then it was a whole heap of hell to pay. So I'm glad she said some of this stuff, because literally the next scene where there are so many toys that literally the screen has to be blurred is something I would only want to find out if I was comfortable with my daughter doing this.
Be shocked as to what goes up my ass.
I'm afraid that's just a cone.
It's a hefty thing. Go up either hole.
Excuse
No,
me.
you can't.
These are more like my toys. Before I do a shoot, I'll wear like a all day. This is more for...
Nah. She doing construction, bro. She's ready for this. Let me tell you something. You seen that cone? Ain't no nigga dick that big. She been ready. Them niggas wasn't doing nothing. She talking about ran through. Them boys was walking down the hallway, just chilling. That is crazy. That shit was mad big.
Yo.
She been ready for this, bruh. She been ready.
Girl on girl
Yeah,
stuff.
it's got the double end.
This one's another like big kind of one.
Looks angry.
That's more like a toy.
I do respect how many black ones she have. That's mad random, but I do respect that. I respect that 100%. There's at least 3 black ones on there. I can see them. Boop, boop, boop.
3 of them.
Why you need 3 black ones? That's crazy.
But it's quite
I
cool
don't know if I
because you
would
can
feel
put that
okay with
in
that, considering that
and
she
it's
has
like
a phone.
see-through and you can obviously see inside your hole.
Which is obviously great.
These ones
I
where
don't
it's
think she
like,
puts
they get like all types of bodily liquids like in there. Vibrators, very relatable. Normal kind of looking ones.
He was in training
Shopper,
camp.
tail, toy stuff.
Oh, he's got a bum.
Yo!
Showing us.
Pulling out
Yo! Nah, the torso was OD with the swinging. Nah. Let me tell you something. Wait a minute. I'm not judging. I'm gonna tell you this right now, and I'm gonna speak for most men. I don't give a fuck. Yes, I will speak for most men of this whole universe. And if you don't agree with me, fuck you. Women, we gotta stop judging men for their sex toys. We gotta stop judging men for they sex toys, whatever the sex. I swear, if a man has a sex toy, that's a big ass deal. A big ass deal. Oh my God, he got a pocket pussy. A fleshlight. Oh my God, y'all be having all of that.
My only issue
You
with
got
sex
apparatus.
toys is the dolls because like they be making them weird.
Wait, what do you mean?
There's some.
You
sex
telling me
toys
that
are
half
marketed
that
to be,
half
like,
torso with the
smaller.
big ass schlong going back and forth ain't weird?
I never said it wasn't, but I'm saying they market sex dolls to be like little kids.
That's a
Uh,
whole different thing.
I mean, yeah, that's
weird.
different.
Yeah,
That's
weird.
different. That's
weird.
different. That's different. That's
That's
different.
I don't care
That's
about
a
pocket pussy. Have your pocket pussy.
that's
all
a that's a whole nother row. I'm talking about like, you know, like they be making sex dolls like look like actual like women. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like the really realistic
I think
ones.
It's so weird, but at the
Oh.
end
I
of the
don't
day,
know.
you
Y'all
got
like flush?
you got a torso.
Yeah, the torso is crazy. The abs. And the nigga had thighs. So- but the other crazy thing is the construction cone.
The code is insane.
The cone is crazy.
Yeah, I don't think that's a toy. I think that's just a legit cone she got.
And then that's a toy.
That's just
The way it was
disgusting.
wobbling back and forth, definitely a toy. And she said there was one that you could put all types of liquids in. I heard that
To pretend.
to pretend. I've even heard some that can like lay eggs inside y'all. I'm just trying to understand, ladies.
What?
I'm just trying.
I'm
Yeah,
trying to
Rocket. There's
Lay
sex,
eggs.
yep. There's sex toys out there that women have like that can like lay eggs in them. And then some of them look like dragons and like horses and
That's great.
that nigga paused. Nigga said apparatuses.
Apparatuses, bro.
And then you have the Fuckmaster 3000. Y'all know this. Y'all know this movement right here. The Fuckmaster 3000. Y'all be having that shit charged up. I don't want y'all judging any man for going and get his own sex toys, because the shit y'all be having is crazy. We gotta start judging as men, 100%. Point and judge. That's crazy.
Toys, then Starship, Toys R Us, and the kids' toy chest should literally have you arrested. I mean, she can't use all of them. Why does she have all of them? At this point, it is pretty clear she is a very greedy and gluttonous person. I mean, she loves the torture or pleasure. I don't even know what to call it at this point, but we have a pretty good idea as to who Lily Phillips is. Josh raises a bunch of questions that I think are legitimate about the statistics behind this, because this can't just be a safe procedure, full stop.
100 men turning up to have sex with her for 5 minutes each in a single day. I mean, there's a decent chance that one of them is going to be dangerous, one of them might have a weapon, have a criminal record. A few of them will have STIs. You can just on a basic statistic, you can know that a few of them are going to have STIs. So let's just hope those condoms are good ones.
Josh, you know and I know that Lily is a professional, a 9-person team. She's got the spreadsheets that she's showing you in the beginning of the video. She's got her ducks in a row. So we know that she's taking care of everything from a health and safety perspective, right?
And then you're checking that they've done an STI test.
Yeah, so prioritizing guys who have STIs.
She capping.
They have to screen
I
for the
feel
results kind of thing. But this is the thing with it, like you
Yeah.
can never 100% know if they've had an STI test, and even if they had, they could have slept with 10 girls in between the test and things like that. It's more just like, you know what you're getting involved in if you're willing to participate.
See, she's taking care of her health, her safety, and her well-being. We don't need to worry about her. She knows everything that
She's not getting paid for it, but she technically is, because she has her own OnlyFans, Queen. She has her own OnlyFans, and she's doing this for her OnlyFans and hoping people will pay, monthly to see what's going down.
needs to know.
These guys do that on your face
Yeah.
and in your mouth.
Yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? The spunk in the mouth?
It can.
So she doesn't understand the basics of how STIs and STDs transfer to people. She doesn't know that people can't just... Okay, so not only does she not know the basics of how STIs and STDs work outside of, penetrative, she's also willing to risk anything in order to keep this situation alive, this extreme event alive. Closer to the day of the event, people start canceling on her like the night before, which can happen in event planning. That's not something that's not quite, crazy. But the actions that Lily and her team take in order to still get the event popping is what I find to be totally insane.
It seems like things are going great. There are a lot of guys cancelling. They're scrambling now to find people at the last minute.
My camera.
I don't understand how the guys they're scrambling to find at the last minute are going to get STI checks in time. I feel a bit nervous going to this random Airbnb tomorrow for Lily to pull off the stunts. I can't actually imagine how Lily must be feeling.
Lily is so reckless in her quest to fulfill her goals or her needs, this stunt, as we're calling it now, that even on the day of, as we meet the first contestant to show up to the party, or whatever you would call this, he talks about how he got messages even this morning, the morning of the event, that said, hey, do you know any friends?
So you got a text, but they sent the address quite late, didn't they?
Yeah, just this morning. Funny, like in the text it was like, you know, if you have any friends who'd like to take part, and I was like, oh man.
Literally no regard for her own safety, just looking to get the next big stunt out there, and also risking the health and safety of the next 100 men or 98, however many men come after the new guy who doesn't have any test results. This is a super spreader, and not just in a sexual way. This is somebody who doesn't care about anybody's health and safety and well-being.
Having had their IDs checked and release forms signed in order to allow publication on OnlyFans, 6 men sat anxiously on a sofa waiting for their turn to have sex with Lily. Meanwhile, it seemed the reality of what Lily was undertaking was starting to become slightly more real.
Hello.
Hello, how are you feeling?
Nervous. No, excited. It's nice to actually meet the boys because it puts you at ease a bit.
So the guys start coming in, people start approaching, and you realize how desperate these people really are in this situation. People are literally coming in the morning of, flying in from different countries, which I know are closer than going state to state, but still, the idea of flying in from another country to have sex with this woman, to be one of 100 to get 5 minutes, because that's also part of the rules, with one...
Wook said, you know, there's a guy that hit her up like, we still doing this, right? You know damn well, niggas... Nigga took off work and everything.
The woman just reeks of desperation and need for some sort of real intimacy in real life.
Ain't no player.
Now, to be real,
right here.
I think she's desperate, but not for intimacy. I think those guys are desperate for intimacy. I think she's desperate for something else, but definitely not intimacy. They're desperate for intimacy.
To a different country to fuck a girl for 5 minutes? That's crazy.
There's niggas flying from other countries?
I think she's broken. But they're just desperate.
There's niggas flying to different countries?
Yeah, that's what he said.
What? Yo, you know what's crazy? The accents make me feel more comfortable about this. I don't know why. The English accents. It's like niggas is... It's like niggas is going to Hogwarts. Like niggas is getting on a plane to meet a girl that sound like Hermione just to hit. It's crazy.
As this video was getting edited, I was looking for other videos to write, and I was scrolling on Twitter. I saw a bunch of conversation about this specific topic, and a lot of blame being shifted towards the men that were involved in this stunt. There's literally an article written by some UK writer that literally starts off by saying, shame on the men who exploited Lily Phillips in this situation. Now, mind you, I would normally agree with her in this situation that there is shame on the men, as long as there was equal shame on the women in this situation. But it seems to me on the internet, there continues to be some sort of gender divide, and we have to continuously put disproportionate amounts of blame on one party or the other when both of them are participating in this sort of act. And let's be clear, from my perspective, Lily still holds a bulk of the blame in this situation because she's the one taking on 100 people as opposed to one person doing one of them. It's all depraved. But the UK author who wrote the article started talking about how the pornography industry is very predatory, how there are pimps involved, how there are prostitutes involved, and she is very right. But that is not a situation that aligns right here. And I hate when they muddy up real life talking points about traffic, and they start to blend it with these independent OF content creators who want to be spectacles and make a whole bunch of money independently under their own bodily autonomy. Either you have autonomy or you don't. Lily is clearly seen to be saying that she claims to be a feminist who believes in all these different characteristics at the beginning of the video, and she also has a woman handler in the video as well. So there's no way that we can sit here and do a bunch of blaming men and them seemingly forcing her to do these things when these actions are on her own regard. Both parties are to blame and are to be looked at and to be studied, but let's not act as if she was tied down and forced to do any of this. Back to the video.
Then finally the feat was complete.
Holy is crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Them trying to blame the man. So I mean, in this situation,
it's one of those things where it's like there's nobody who's right in that situation. She's obviously more wrong because why are you letting 100 guys into your house? But as a guy also, why are you okay with being one of 100 for 5 minutes? Like
100%.
Have some respect for yourself too. She needs respect for herself.
The fact that they tried to completely take her out of it as if
That's
she's
what
being.
Yeah,
saw that
that's
on
not
Twitter, and
fair.
that shit was annoying me because I was like, that girl sat there and took 100 dicks. Like that wasn't. It wasn't forced upon her.
First of all,
she the one that bought the Airbnb. Like,
first of all, look, wait, hold on. First of all, let's be specific. She didn't just take 100 dicks. She made sure they nutted. Every single one of them. I seen that part of the video. It wasn't just taking. It wasn't just like in and out. Yeah, I mean they had to finish. Oh my God. I also like beg the question, like, you think if a man was to do this, like, you know, an attractive man, because Lily's an attractive girl. We can all agree she's an attractive girl. If an attractive man was to do this, you think 100 women would come through? Let me know your answer. Let me know your answer in the chat.
I don't know. Huh.
I truly don't think so.
I think
He'd
so.
have to,
I think they would.
I feel like they would, but
I think they would.
To be like.
I think you would have to. I think it would be harder to find 100 women to do it than it would be to find 100.
Nah, not true.
So?
With the amount of OnlyFans girls there are nowadays, with the amount of of all, he doesn't even have to look that good. I don't know if y'all know who Ron Jeremy is. He does not have to. He does not have to look that good. But if he looked good, that's even worse. And this goes back to the whole. It's not a gender thing, but we're thinking just because they're women they wouldn't show up. It's not a gender thing. They would still show up, 100%. The 100 women will still show up, in my opinion.
The reason why I was like 50-50 is because of like I don't think they want to be exposed, but then I remember they had the option of not like having their face.
Like blurred out and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 100% they would.
I think they would personally. Sad girl, you say you don't think?
No, because I'm a girl and I know that UTIs are too easy to get.
Okay,
I mean,
as a guy, me and Rakim, we would not show up in 100-man line to fuck a girl. This is not about your personal preference.
I think it's not. I don't think it's about personal preference. I think it is about actual health and safety because a girl and a guy can.
But a girl set this up.
I'm not saying that whatever, man. But you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, don't try to take away from it.
I'm not trying to take
girls. I think more girls would be more cautious about it because of the fact that it's easier for us to get things that could fuck us up as girls, which is why. Because it's like, like y'all can literally rub your dick in dirt and you guys will be fine. The wind can blow the wrong way and a girl can have a UTI.
100%.
And girls are very, very, very cautious about that.
But the thing about this video that puts a wrench in that is that there's women like Lily in this world. That she might know these facts, or maybe.
Then again, you have to. You're not gonna walk up to 100 random girls and get them. You have to personally go find OnlyFans girls. Or,
if Hugh Hefner could fucking do it, yes, 100%. If Hugh Hefner's old ass can go around and rally up more than 100 girls to do crazy shit, I'm pretty sure.
He's also a billionaire, and he also was exposed for being a horrible person. Horrible.
But I mean, let me
offering drugs and all these other things. Like I'm talking about a random 10,000 follower OnlyFans person, like a guy. I don't think 100 girls would sign up to I don't think it would be as easy for 100 girls to sign up as it is for 100 guys to sign up. I also know for a fact, which is why I don't like this video or like this girl, because just a month before she posted this, there was a girl in England whose husband drugged her and had 95 guys come to her house and rape her.
That's insane.
So it's like, why are you doing this willingly? That's not feminism. That's just being a stupid bitch.
Oh my God. Remember, we're streaming, so we got to be careful about what words we use, okay? All right. Like I said, going back, I appreciate your commentary, by the way. That does make sense. But going back to what I said before, if we're commenting on these things, we have to understand this is not about us, and we have to take our personal and what we wouldn't do out of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, me and Rakim would not show up to one of these things, but we know there's men that will. Even though we won't show up, that doesn't mean there aren't men that will. You won't do an OnlyFans, but there's millions of women that are. So we have to understand it's not about us. It's about literally just people. But I'm not making it
about my personal opinion. I'm making it about health and fact.
Yeah, she just thinks that because of how much easier it is for women. She thinks that on a broader scale,
Yeah.
they wouldn't do it because more women are aware of how easy it is for them to get infected. The reason why
Gotcha.
I think that that's also true, but it wouldn't stop it, is just simply because there are more women than there are men.
Yeah.
So even though more women do know, there's still enough women in this world where you're gonna find 100 of them willing to do
And
this.
I'm glad that you made that point because don't think that Lily's just a random person. Lily, there's probably more than 100 Lilies out there, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Not
And
like
Lily cute, but she not bad. Let's be real. Like 100 niggas pulled up for that. Like, come on.
You'll be. I mean, I'm sure you're not surprised. You guys know how guys work, but like, people be fucking anything. So it's like,
Yeah, I'm saying.
I mean, if the dude that sets this up had money, yes, I feel like more women would show up. Like, you getting paid, whatever, da da da. If it's
are the guys who are coming to this getting paid to do this?
No.
No.
That's another thing too. I don't think girls would just show up to do it without getting some money out of it.
I'm a little iffy on that because there are girls out there with free OnlyFans, like literally free OnlyFans. So if they're willing to put their coochie and their booty holes out there on the internet for free, like that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, men and women. A lot of us think the same. Even though we might think different from these people, we're learning about this world. This is a different world from us. So we have to disconnect real quick and understand. Yeah.
What I think is that like you can't take like 100 girls who might do an OnlyFans and compare them to 1,000 women who wouldn't. Does that make sense? Like there's girls who.
I get where you.
We're not comparing.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about.
We're not talking about the caliber of people.
Yeah, I was just about to say to piggyback, like, we're not talking about who won't do it. Well, we know who won't do it. 95% of the world won't do it. 99% of the world won't do it. But there's 8 billion people in the world. Do you know how much 1% still is? That's still about 1 million people. That's still about 100,000 people that would do it. That's still 100 men that will show up. You understand what I'm saying? But
yeah,
that's a good thing to think about. Just think about that. Let me know in the chat if y'all think 100 women would show up to something like this. Maybe they won't. Say it again.
I look too good to do something like this.
I just feel like it's just crazy to like actually sit there. Because as a girl, right? What I don't understand about her is like, how are you letting this happen? Like,
but that's why I keep telling you, sad girl. You keep saying as a girl, and I get that. As a man, and like I said before, as a man, I would not show up to a 100-man march to the same pussy. As a man, but I have to disconnect my way of thinking to understand how these men think, because they don't think like that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that there's no disconnecting here. There's like, it's just not okay. That's just not. It's just not safe.
We're past that. We're past that. She didn't even. We're okay. Two things that I gotta establish. We're past that it's not safe, and we're past that these people are not good people. We're not judging them on whether it's safe or not. We know this is.
People, they aren't normal.
Yeah, they're definitely not normal.
I mean, you're not. We established. We established they're not good people too, because you're not thinking about the safety of the 99 other men. He said that. He said, like, what if one guy has a STI and he infects every other dude? You're not a good person. You might think you're just having a good time, but you're risking other people's health just by being part of this. He said that. You're not a good person if you're part of this. Come on now. Let's be real. All right.
Sort of brains behind this and managing the whole thing. How did you think it went?
Planning-wise, it's a bit hectic.
For sure.
I didn't know what to expect.
How do you think Lily found it?
I think, do you know, I've not had the chance to speak to her too much. She's been in there all day, and we've just like chucked her in the shower and like, she's exhausted. She's like, the first thing she said was like, I need a Nando's. I was like,
you've earned a Nando's.
Yeah, the Nando's is ordered. She's took it like a champ. She's done so well. Every time I said, "Are you okay? Do you need a breather?" She's like, "No, bring the next guy in."
And finally, we get to see the aftermath of the whole situation. Now, because these are people that
She said, "I ain't hear no bell. Bring the next nigga."
We know they kept the scene
Bring the next nigga in.
phenomenal, spotless.
Oh, it stinks.
What does it smell like?
Like brace yourself. Brace yourself.
Oh, holy
I guess it. You actually can.
Oh my God, her room looks like it was just a water balloon fight in there. That is the most disgusting place I've ever seen in my life. Now, when you look at this room, you can already tell that this is not the help.
Oh my God. I need to pause real quick. Because I understand the sentiment when you say, as a girl, I understand this and I can get, it's easier to get infected. But a girl set this up. A girl set this up. It's not a nigga that set this up. A girl that understands you can get infected easily. Like you said, I can rub your dicks on dirt and you fine. She knows she can't rub her coochie on dirt, but she set this up. So there's no way there isn't 100 other women that feel the same way. She's not the odd one out alien person. Like, come on, let's be real. We gotta be realistic.
Yeah, but I feel you're also saying setting it up for her, and I don't know. I just feel like this whole thing is just crazy. This is a crazy situation. This is not a normal thing. That's just it. We can't try to like take and put it into real life because this isn't real life. Regular people aren't.
Oh no, this is real, mama. This is 100% real. This is 100%. This ain't an anime. This ain't fictional. This ain't Disney. This is real. There was 100 dicks in there.
There's a social media. In my opinion, there's a social media world and there's a real life world. This is social media.
Nah,
people
you bugging.
do this shit on social media because they want to be famous.
They
want to sit here and they want to have people talk about them.
Niggas that got the disease it is not on just social media. That's real life. Niggas that got infected from this situation, you can't tell them that.
Hey, they signed up.
They did.
But that's it. But here's another thing.
When she laid there, they knew what they were doing when they signed up to be number 74 out of 100.
100%. Here's the thing that I'll say.
74 is insane, son.
Can you imagine being number 74? Like,
Yo,
that's embarrassing.
Yo, it's number 1 and I'm leaving after.
I'm weak. We just have to understand, like, this, like I said, we have to understand their mindset. And their mindset, we're always going to be confused because we would never do this, right? But we're watching this video and we're trying to understand. So if you're trying to understand, you have to take your morals and your values, put in the back of your head real quick, and just kind of be open to why the fuck would people do this? You understand what I'm saying?
I'm judging. I'm just here to judge.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why me as a man, I know I wouldn't do that, and to understand why these men would do that, it's just desperate. Like, you're just desperate. You don't get any, and you just want.
Being unwell.
You said being unwell?
Yeah, being unwell. Like, you're not right in the head. Something's wrong.
That's a good way to put it.
So Josh asked the $1 million question during Lily explaining how she goes about the process of handling these 100 guys in one singular day.
Make yourself at home. Take your shoes off. I've got some hangers.
Yo, Wook's comments are kidding me. He said there had to be at least a 5-person queue. They had the Marvel Rivals. They had the Marvel Rivals squad. The queue was probably like that, quicker than Marvel Rivals. That's crazy. But like, you gotta also understand too. Okay, you saw that room. There was mad condoms on the floor. You as a man, you walk in there, you see all them condoms. You know the situation, all that, and you still okay with proceeding with that?
I think those condoms, those tissue.
Whatever the fuck they were, they had nothing in them, Rakim. Whatever the fuck they were, they could have been napkins, condoms, paper towels, you name it. Whatever was on the floor that made the cameraman gag. You as a man, if you go in there and you seen that and you still proceeded, there's something wrong with you. And of course there's something wrong with Lily too, but you know.
Here, if you want to put your coat up, come on in. Where you travel from? Say, oh, lovely. Yeah, oh, it's so nice to meet you. I'll get you on the bed, make yourself comfortable, take off your trousers, and we're going to have a fun time. And I'll give them the phone camera. I'll just say, I'm guessing you don't want your face in it.
Yeah.
And if they don't, it'll be POV phone camera.
Yeah.
I'll start usually with and then I'll say like, is there anything you like, don't like, any certain position you want to do?
Yeah.
And then we kind of got straight into
Did
it.
you do the condom on or?
No, I didn't.
Hey, those are condoms on the floor, 100%.
She just said there's no condoms.
Shouts out to you, Lily. Oral.
She just said no condoms.
No, she said, did you put the condoms on them? We're gonna rewind. We're gonna rewind.
The condom on or?
Hold on.
We kind of got straight into
Did
it.
you do the condom on or?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he said, did you do it with the condom on? No.
Oh my God.
What were you saying about women and knowing that they could get shit easily and because they're a girl, they gonna not do that? Get the fuck out.
Shouts out to you, Lily. Oral
Get the fuck out of here.
STI or STD doesn't affect you if you do 100 guys. Because if you think about it, that's an even number. So if one has it, the next doesn't have it, it just cancels it out. I'm glad that she is just a public health professional. That is just not sketchy and not disgusting at all. And I know a lot of people are wondering how she's walking around after something like this, how she able to narrate, how she able to function. But guys, I'm here to tell you, there was not a singular big beginner bunch.
Surprisingly, downstairs is not really sore.
Hey, when you've only taken shrimp all day, it's not going to be the worst. Now, speaking of shrimp, Josh asked the question that provokes the viral clip that has been seen 160-something plus million times across the internet. What is she eating today? Now, the reason why this clip, to me and to a lot of people, is so very interesting is because you see a moment of weakness in Lily.
When was the last time you ate?
I think I had a yum yum. Yum yum, is that what they're called? A little pastry. And I think I had a sandwich, and that was and then the rest come.
I don't know about you guys, but I interpreted those pauses, these moments of silence, as very... We just
gonna go past that? First of all...
She had only yum yum and some cum.
First of all, remember, yum yum and some cum. First of all, remember, we established that women won't do this because it's easy to get infected in their vaginas. Fair. She's not just taking it up the vagina. She's taking it in the mouth, too. You can still get STDs and stuff in your mouth. She's fine with that. The guy
what I'm saying is Lily is not your average girl.
Of course. Of course. If Lily was the average girl, I promise you...
My chest hurts.
That's a whole nother dimension. We probably in Earth 7. That's Earth 43.
Yeah,
where every girl is Lily and they want 100 niggas.
I'm just playing.
But you want to know something crazy though? There are some tribes. I don't know where it's specifically at. I'm not gonna name any countries, but there is a tribe where the woman can have sex with multiple men from the same village, and if she gets pregnant, and these women have sex with multiple men, like more than 10. If she gets pregnant, all the men have to take care of that baby. But like I said, it's a tribe, so it's no OnlyFans, there's no none of that shit. It's literally a choice. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not saying 10 and 100 is a big difference. I feel like more than one is wildin' in the same day. More than one, no matter what, is wildin'.
That's not our culture. We don't have tribe culture.
We're talking about the world. We're not just talking about us.
I'm saying in general, like if you're talking about a tribe, like that's their culture. They don't do things the same way. Like they don't see it the same way. They weren't raised the same way as us.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I don't really take that as the same thing because like okay, yeah, it's the same way. Like this, you just said she'll get with 10 guys, and she gets pregnant by one of the guys. All 10 of them are taking care of the baby. You think 10 of these 100 guys are gonna step up for, because that's not how we are raised.
Two things. The point of us not being raised that way, that literally goes with any type of situation. You feel me? Any type of situation. Lily wasn't raised like us. You feel me? Just because she's doing the things that she's doing, I don't think it's just a mindset or just like it's because she wants to do it. The women in the tribe don't have to do it. There's some women in the tribe that don't do that. They only sleep with one man. It's literally a choice if you want to do that, and they choose to do that.
But it's different because that's their culture, and it's not frowned upon to be with the 10 guys and have the 10 fathers for the children.
What if your culture is to be a hoe like Lily?
Well, if that's your culture, then that's what you do. There's people who eat foods that I don't like and do things that I wouldn't do. It's not my culture. I don't have to do it. There's
Look
people
into
out
this
there who eat
woman's-
bugs, and that's like their delicacies, and they like it. I'm not eating bugs.
I know.
I get you. We keep going back to the eye.
I'm
I get it though.
saying
I get it
that.
though. I get it
I'm
though.
a person. I'm a regular general person. I'm giving you the real person's answer to like what somebody crazy is doing.
100%. I get it.
Average answer.
Eyes, she looks soulless and numb about the situation, and we've already discovered that she's not taking massive size in the situation. She is soulless and numb because the act that she did, even to her standards, seems to be disgusting. There's no other way to put it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. She does not feel good about what she just did. To me, she looks like she's holding back tears, and as the clip continues, it's no longer possible to hold those tears back in this action that just robbed her of a level of not just innocence but humanity.
I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a pro in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
Oh, bendito.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Now, we've seen athletes cry after major performances. I'm thinking about Kobe Bryant winning championships, LeBron James winning his first for Cleveland, Super Bowl performances, things like that. But this isn't that situation. Sure, she put her body through something very rigorous and ultimately she completed her goal, but at the end of the day, there's nothing fulfilling about this. Earlier in the video, Lily claimed to be a so-called feminist, but I promise you, modern day feminism is totally bastardized compared to what it once was. And I'm not comparing it. This isn't a video about that. Trust me, I'm not one of those guys, but this isn't a stance for feminism. This isn't about women's liberation. This isn't about equal rights in any sort of way. This is just somebody who is gluttonous to the point that they're doing something that is soulless and they couldn't even recognize what they were doing in the moment or leading up to it because this has been such a jolly video. But now, living with the aftermath, you have to sit with yourself and say, I took 100 penises.
The awkward interaction of like you feeling pressure to have to make them come if like you haven't spent enough time with them and feeling like you didn't give them a good time because like they only got 2 minutes.
And that's what's making you feel emotional, is that maybe you think you didn't give some guys a good enough time today?
Yeah, and it's hard I think having the interactions with them when they're like, what, you're not gonna make me finish, I've come all this way, like kind of like.
At least she's considerate, you know. At least
She's
she's
frauded. What she's doing.
At least she, what do you mean she's frauded?
She started to cry because of what she did, and then when we had the camera in her face, she tried to clean it up and be like, "Oh, I'm just crying because I didn't mean to." Oh no, you're crying because you're ashamed.
You think so?
Yes.
I agree.
Okay. So she's a liar.
Because what are you talking about?
So do you feel like she's lying right now?
Yes.
I feel like Lily needs to talk to a licensed professional.
Oh man.
Guilt tripping me a little bit.
What Lily's describing here is something that's been championed in modern time, which is casual sex. I know it's a great revelation that this OF content creator has discovered the negative impacts of casual sex and ultimately prostitution. I don't know what you can and can't say on YouTube. That will get flagged. But this is why I'm not an advocate for stuff like this. It's an act that's not fulfilling, and it honestly doesn't make anybody feel good outside of the 2 seconds where you actually come or get your climax. It's an act that doesn't feel good. There is no emotional connection with your partner that you are having sex with, especially in the manner that she did it. But that's the whole thing that sex is supposed to be. It's an intimate act that's supposed to be reserved for couples that are really, really close and are in some sort of relationship. It's not something that should just be replicated week in, week out, day in, day out, or hell, as Lily was doing it 5 minutes in and 5 minutes out. You won't make that person feel special, the guy or the girl. Why? Because that's not what it's made to do. But when you think about having somebody entering your body, something so sacred, it should be a situation where at least one person on one end feels special. But this is the life she chose. Lily spends the rest of the documentary in her time with Josh basically crying and lamenting how she just does not feel good after she took 100 guys. This is her dream. This is her fantasy. And it's amazing how after accomplishing this feat that she had pedestalized, that she does not feel fulfilled, especially after all the penis and cum that she took. But this is the nature of sex work. And just like anybody seeking any sort of internet validation, any sort of internet claim, any sort of internet clout, Lily then right after puts out a post saying that she's willing to take on 1,000 guys in February. February, 10xing the number that she originally had.
I spent 14 consecutive hours getting ran through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for the world record early February next year. I'm going to go for 1,000.
Bro.
Now look, I don't have any sympathy for her, and this was honestly some of the craziest stuff that I've ever seen. But I think that
Nah, bro. Nah.
Jesus.
I'm gonna be real with you. One of my biggest issues is sometimes y'all women defend women just because y'all women. I'm not defending a nigga just because he's a nigga. I'm a man, and I'm gonna tell you, men are weird. Men are creeps. Some men disgust me. I don't like what some men do. I can admit that, and I'm a man. We need to sit down and say sometimes this shit is like, come on, like, just because you're a female doesn't mean that you care more and you. No, she said fuck 100,000. Like, that was nothing. Y'all thought 100 was a lot? Y'all watching this video? Yeah. February, we're coming with a rack. Okay, 1,000 men. How we gonna do it? We gonna figure it out. I don't want to hear that shit no more, y'all. Y'all gotta chill. Y'all gotta understand. People are just people. Whether they have a penis or a vagina, they're people. They're weird. If they're weird, they're weird. It doesn't matter what they have, what sexual orientation they are, what gender they are, what they want to claim they are. If they're weird, they're weird. If they're not, they're not. It's just that simple. Damn.
there is one tweet that I saw after all this that summed up my feelings towards this whole video. Her father and his friends are subscribed to her OnlyFans. Her PA, even though Lily did
No way.
Wait, excuse me.
No way.
Did he just say? Wait.
No way.
Wait. Oh my god.
No way. We know who the problem is. I apologize. I took what I said back. It's the niggas. Because if your dad, I'm sorry. I changed my mind. I'll apologize. I retract the statement I literally just said. If you're a father and you're subscribed to that, now, to be real with you, I don't really know what that means. You know what I mean? Like, if he's subscribing, does that mean he's actually watching it? Or like, what if she like convinced him to just put his account?
I think his father. I think she said her father's friends.
No, her father and friends. Her father's friends are subscribed to her. Wait, hold on. Let's just rewind it. We didn't know. Because no way.
There is one tweet that I saw after all this that summed up my feelings towards this whole video. Her father and his friends are subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Father and his friends. I don't want to jump the gun and be like, oh, he's watching it or whatever the case may be. Like I said, she could just be like, hey, can you support me? And he's like, all right, whatever. You're my child. I love you. Let me tell you something. There's dads out there that love their daughters so much that they'll do anything and support anything they do. 100%. You feel me? So he could possibly give her the card and be like, look, do what you want to do with that, or the information, etc. I'm not gonna jump the gun and say he's watching it, but if he is, he's definitely part of the problem, and he's the reason why she acts the way that she acts. I don't give a fuck, bro. That's mad weird.
Her PA,
I think even giving your daughter I support your kids, sure, whatever, but you know what your daughter is doing. Like, you know what an OnlyFans is, and you're also telling your friends know. That's kind of crazy. That's
that's
weird.
wild.
No,
that's
I feel
wild.
like. Because I still don't think it's anybody's fault it's hers. Because at the end of the day, you're a grown woman, you know.
Rakim said it's a 2-parent household. He right though. That's a good ass point.
I'm just confused. Like, I have questions.
I need to know where the mom is at. I need to know how she thinks. I know how the dad feels already, apparently. But I need to know how she thinks. Please.
Imagine being a dad and being like, hey, so my daughter is doing this. Wanna subscribe? No?
I don't pretend she didn't exist.
Wait, I don't think. We jumping the gun. We can't say that he's out here promoting it to his friends. You feel me?
I don't think he's promoting.
We're jumping the gun. We can't be.
I mean, if you're gonna subscribe to it, I don't put it past.
But that's the thing that I be saying though, sad girl. We willing to jump the gun when it's a man, but when we try to jump the gun with the woman's perspective, we look crazy. But I understand why you coming from that perspective.
I'm not jumping the gun. I'm looking at the proof that we have.
Nah, you said you literally. No, wait. Pause. If I say pause, please pause. Okay. If you say he's soliciting it, that's what you said. He said, yo, this is my daughter. Look at da. That's soliciting it. That's him promoting the shit. That's different. We're not gonna act like that's OD. That is jumping the gun, and that's a whole nother layer. You understand what I'm saying? Like he's a creep, but he's even more of a creep if he's doing that shit.
Right.
That's OD.
OD.
Bruh. The fuck?
This might be a crazy statement to say. I truly think that promoting your daughter's OnlyFans without being subscribed to it would be better. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever.
It would be better.
I mean,
you know
yeah.
what I mean, that's what's crazy to me. Like, it's one thing to like know that your friends are watching it, but to like be one of the people who are paying for that. And I'm not saying it's the dad's fault. Your daughter needs help.
I agree.
That is insane to me. That's just a crazy. I'm not putting it. It's not like a part of it.
Yeah, because remember, she did say at the beginning, her parents did not want her to do this, but she did it anyway, and so they just decided not to alienate her from the family.
So I'm pretty
so happy I'm black.
So,
yo.
Yeah, yo,
Caribbean.
I'm so happy I'm from an island where they would kill me.
Yo,
yeah. I'm weak, bro. Oh my god.
Oh
but
my god.
This is also an instance of this stuff has been happening. It's just being documented more. So don't think just because it's being documented now that it's never happened before. You feel me? People.
Oh no, I know the world. There's world records about whatever. Also, I feel like part of it, you know how you asked if there would be 100 girls who would sign up to do it?
Yeah.
I don't think it would be a thing, because I don't think it would be possible for a guy to go to
You don't think it's possible for a guy to get 100 girls?
Not like get the girls there. I don't think like physically, like anatomy wise, like isn't it like don't you guys have like issues like?
Oh yo, no, you know he popping that Viagra. He going crazy.
Oh, you know you got a point.
But not only Viagra, but there are like normal porn stars and porn actors that will do multiple scenes in a day. Some people think that those stars
but they get to cut though.
Oh yeah.
They get to cut and stop, refresh.
Okay, just remember Lily was offered a break. She said no.
Yeah.
So
because she's trying to like
yeah,
make sure it stays on a when you add that to be a time frame is different. She was trying to keep on the time frame, so she didn't want the break.
Yeah.
So I'm saying if this was a guy, it'd be the same thing. He's trying to do it under a certain time frame, so he wouldn't take a break. So he got to pop them pills.
Maybe. I feel like there's some people that can, like, not everybody's the same. There might be some people with like defects where, you know, they stay like that no matter what. You know what I'm saying? There's people
stay hard.
Yeah, there's people like that.
I mean, yeah, they can stay. I mean, I stay hard after coming, but after like the fucking, I don't know, the 10th girl, like even that's gonna wear off at some point.
Nah, Rakim.
That's what I was thinking. Like
TMI, right?
At some point, because you know, like a girl can sit there and like just sit there and not do anything.
Nah, she was doing something.
Especially
she asked what position.
Small, like, you know,
Lily was active. She's not a. She wasn't. Lily was working.
Yeah, this girl Lily, I don't know about her.
She ain't a slacker. She was working.
We don't bang.
You heard what she said. She would get up, ask the dude where she put him down, what position you want to do it in. You know what I mean? Tug at him a little bit. Lily was working. Don't put some respect on Lily's name. Don't act like Lily was just. Don't act like Lily was just sitting there like no doll. Okay? Lily's a professional. Okay?
That's what I don't like. I feel like Lily is setting back the feminist movement by years and years.
Yo, she cooking that shit. Right?
100%.
Like she's making us look
100 million%. And this is, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Sad girl.
That, but y'all don't understand. I hate that. Because
sad girl.
Real feminists just want like, you know, equal pay, chill, you know, whatever. Cool.
So with that being said, right? Understand that feeling that you feel, right? This is how we feel as men when y'all see one fucked up nigga and want to make it seem like we're all like that. And I understand you got to be safe. You got to protect yourself 100%. But when we see men do fucked up things, we feel the same way. Like there's times where I sit here, I'm like, man, I see why girls don't fuck with us. Like most of us. I see why girls are scared of us. Because I see the dumb shit y'all do. And it's pissing me off because when good men try to just live their lives, we are looked at as possibly being like that fucked up person that we would never be like. And that's hurtful. Like it like you said, like it makes you feel like it's pushing you back. Everything y'all worked for. Trust me, we get it. We get that shit.
Everything you work for, motherfucker.
Lily did want to take breaks and stop at some points, actively kept urging her to do it, which meant she didn't care about her and was almost hooked up to this clout machine because people honestly live based off of her taking penis. She actively disassociates with whatever is going on.
Wait, I'm confused. Her PA kept urging her to complete it, but when they said if she wanted to take a break, I'm so confused. Somebody lying. Because remember she said that they was asking her if she wanted to take breaks and she was like, nah, let's keep going. But now they're saying that they were forcing her to complete it.
I don't know. Maybe she's trying to garner sympathy. I don't know.
That's OD. Convincing her she deprived herself from sleep and drinking. Left with trauma. Of course she was left with trauma. What the fuck? That's part of the package.
She convinces herself that this is some sort of accomplishment and that she had to struggle doing this because she deprived herself from sleep and food, etc., etc. And ultimately, she left with trauma out of the situation. I think this tweet poses a great question. Are we supposed to believe that OnlyFans isn't hurting women in the world? Lily made this into her Super Bowl, and she's honestly making the next event into her World Cup. But what doesn't make sense is there were a bunch of negatives after the fact, and really little to no positives before the fact. Look, I think women took the sexual liberation movement and turned it into something that it is totally not.
Yeah, I told you, and I'm gonna make this shirt. It's the Freakpocalypse. The Freakpocalypse is coming. Literally, not coming like COMING, CUM. It's coming, and it's probably already here. Honestly, we're in the Freakpocalypse. Everybody thinks it's okay. It's alright. Get your own opinions on it. We in it.
Women's ability.
I'm all for sexual liberation, but like this is not that.
I mean, but this could be sexual liberation for her. And who are we to say otherwise?
But it's obviously not if you see her reaction to it. She did it to herself, but like there's
her reaction
about crying afterwards.
That's fair. Her reaction to me personally, and this might be an unpopular opinion, women cry. Women cry. Y'all cry when you're happy. Y'all cry when you're sad. Y'all cry when you're mad. Y'all cry. So I don't think her crying or her, how she felt or whatever is indication that she regrets it. I don't think she regret that shit. Because she said she wants to do 1,000 in February. How you regret that shit?
That doesn't mean, hey, listen. I truly believe that clout is a disease. And I feel like people will do something that they don't want to really do for money. People do it all the time. They go to jobs they don't like. It's a smaller scale. But people work at jobs they hate because they need the money. They do things for money. They sell out their friends for money.
Okay, I'm not saying that Lily thinks the same as us. You know what I mean? Just trying to relate a little bit. If you do something you don't like, right?
Yeah.
And you genuinely say, I don't want to do this. Like, this hurt me. Like, trauma, all that good stuff. You're gonna double down and do it 10 more times out of your own accord? Probably not.
But people do.
What do you mean?
Like, it's not on the same scale, but it's like I just said, like, people have the option to, it might not be like ideal, right? But like, I know a lot of people our age group who have the chance to go back to school and do things that they would actually like to do. But instead of doing that, they're focusing on the job they're in now, the career that they're trying to build for themselves now, because that's the job that's going to get them money. They're miserable doing it, but they're going to double down and work just as hard because they want to get money. So I think that
you think this is a money thing for Lily?
And she's like, negative when it comes to being famous,
I don't think this was a money
negative
thing.
Attention is still attention. Everybody hates Lil Pump's music, but everybody
This
listens to it.
This is a money thing. She said that her OnlyFans was getting boring, and she did this to get more people.
But it can't be a money thing because if she knows what she's doing, she also knows just doing this isn't gonna make her OnlyFans just blow up.
But it's not about just OnlyFans. You know how the internet works. It's about getting people coming to your pages, your Twitter, your this.
Yeah,
and that,
yeah,
how
the
you
traffic,
promote
yeah.
your stuff.
Well, you know how many people probably bought that fucking OnlyFans?
I get it.
Crazy. She made bread off this.
Can somebody Google that for me just to see? We need some answers, like how much bread she made off of this situation. Can somebody Google that for me?
I'm okay with. If you're not married, if you get divorced and you want to have sex after that, that's perfectly fine. It was about birth control. It was about abortion. It was about lesbians being able to have things that I'm all down for. But if this is what sexual liberation is, I think it's becoming more of a spectacle than something that's actually advocating for anything that's right or good.
The
Josh,
Freakpocalypse.
thank you for your beautiful documentary. Lily, I hope you seek help.
Nah, she got
Thank you.
she got all the help she needed. That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, so that was a good video, Rakim. W video, y'all. If you guys fucked with that video, type W video in the chat, man. That was a good one.
Trying to find how much she made since then. I know she
Yeah,
made $2
please.
million, but I don't know if that's
$2 million. Oh man. There's probably girls out there taking that much dick for free. Lily's a champ. That's crazy.
That's the reason. That's like my thing about like the whole entire like my sexual liberation take is like I don't really care if people are doing it for money because people are doing it for free.
My
So-
take is that there's certain things that shouldn't be done for money.
Regardless, I think that should
Facts.
be regardless.
And I also have the stance that like I would judge people if they were doing this in private for free. I would have
I
to
would
say
still,
this.
yeah, no, for real.
Oh
like,
my
it's like,
God, Rakim.
We're at a point where we have to just take what it is. Like people will do a lot of stupid things.
The title of this video is Wildin'.
Consecutive hours.
Wait, hold on. This video title is Wildin'. Lily
What?
Phillips deserves zero sympathy for being a meat sleeve. This is yeah, Rakim.
He ain't wrong.
I don't think she deserves sympathy either, honestly.
Oh, like not even a little bit. She chose this. Why would I have sympathy for someone who chose this?
Oh my God.
She doesn't want sympathy for herself. You don't put yourself in that situation if you want sympathy.
And then had the nerve to be like, I want 1,000 words of sympathy. That shit in hell.
She don't care. She want money.
Yeah. It's one of those situations like, yeah, you technically didn't do anything wrong, but you ain't do anything right neither. So it's like,
What she should do.
all right, this is the next video.
I was getting run through, and now I'm going to be doing 24 because I'm going to be going for
Lily's
the
fly,
world
though.
record early February
I
next
got that
year.
money now.
I'm going to go for 1,000.
Alright, so boom. A couple
Okay.
weeks ago, I made a video.
If you regretted what you did, would you react like that?
I feel, like I said, I feel like she already did it once. She's gonna do it again. It's easy to
But-
get over your regret when
There's a fact check in front of you.
Yeah, if your desire was money, she got it. So she's gonna get over the guilt
Yeah.
and the regret to keep doing it. Because to her, it was worth the money. For
So,
me, it would be
so
different.
you feel like, so the thing is, she regrets it, but she's putting it on the back burner because she succeeded in what she wanted out of it.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
On this professional harlot OnlyFans star, Lily Phillips, who engaged in the endeavor
All I want to say, I love watching black YouTubers. I love it.
of sleeping with 100 men in 24 hours, or if you want to be exact, it was 14 hours, but who's really keeping track when you sleep with 100 men? Nonetheless, right? In the midst of recording the video, I just figured, hey, you know, she's documenting this process. She had the prior sort of advertisement, did what she did, and then afterwards she had said, well, she's gonna go and sleep with 1,000 afterwards, right? But it's come to my attention last week, a YouTuber by the name of Josh Peters, or Peters, however the last name would be pronounced, shout out to him, dropped a documentary which essentially covered a month prior, upwards up until the event of her sleeping with these 100 dudes, and then ultimately the fallout. And to my shock, astonishment, I'm absolutely flummoxed by the reaction to the release of the documentary, because somehow Lily Phillips have garnered a ton of sympathy. Dare I say, some individuals feels as if she's victimized. Oh, if it's not the consequences of my own actions. And I'm absolutely perturbed, if you will, by how we...
I just want to pause real quick and say something that's probably a little controversial. Judge me if you want. Definitely a race thing. Definitely a race thing.
Mm-hmm.
If she wasn't a pretty white girl with the nice, beautiful hair and all this, yeah, I would not. There wouldn't be as much sympathy. You know what I mean? It's a mixture of it's a mixture of race and pretty privilege. What were you saying?
I feel like there's like people have no sympathy for black women just walking down the street, like literally already have like all these connotations, and like if a black girl did this, it would not be. There would not be articles about being a victim and how many guys came up and this and that and whatever.
I agree.
I'm so happy it's not a black.
Dead ass. Dead ass.
There would be there would be active haters on this girl if she was black.
I'm happy it's not a black girl, and I'm happy it wasn't in America.
Thank you.
But they be talking hot, like, all right,
like, okay, y'all can drink your tea, but Lily over here doing that. Your tea and your biscuits.
Oh my god.
And beans on toast.
Which is weird.
Give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm. She great.
I really hope somebody like calls TLC on her or something, like intervention.
TLC. That's funny.
Get her whole family in therapy, because there's something right there. Like, you ever meet somebody and you're like, oh, you're messed up, and you meet their parents, you're like, oh, okay, I get it now.
Right.
That's Lily. That's just that.
Sorry, I just seen I had a couple text messages I definitely have to reply to. I don't know why people replying. Just jump on the damn Discord. I mean, I'm sorry, the Discord, the stream. God damn. All right, this is crazy.
Got to this conclusion. So I did a complete, full documentary breakdown. The piece by piece is up on Patreon, because of course YouTube probably would not allow me to go and post it. Granted, there are other individuals who did mess around and post their reactions, but let's call it what it is. You know, they play me by different rules, so that one is exclusively up on Patreon. But I'm going to give you a brief synopsis summary of everything that transpired, and I wanted to touch on the key moments that I found very disturbing and furthermore incredibly hypocritical in this entire documentary as to why you should feel zero sympathy for this harlot. Dare I say, if there's any sort of microcosm of sympathy,
nigga said harlot,
if you're able to have that, build inside of your psyche, it would only be put towards the individuals on her team, or specifically her PA. But we'll get into that when we cross that bridge. Let's now dive into the documentary of the harlot known as Lily Phillips.
I went viral for letting 23 guys run a train on me.
Lily Phillips, a 23-year-old OnlyFans star,
wait, what the?
who describes herself.
I'm so confused. Was that another day? The 23.
That's what she was doing beforehand.
Oh man, I told y'all, Lily been put the work in. This ain't nothing for her. Yeah, I thought this was a new. No, this has been. Oh my god.
She said that even in college she was going around
Now, there's a couple of things that I want to point out here. First and foremost, she describes herself as a meat slave. Secondly, there were numerous different moments in the documentary in which they showed publication for her advertising this event of sleeping with 100 dudes. It wasn't an isolated sort of extemporaneous kind of thing that happened overnight. It popped into my mind. I'm emotional. Let me go and do it. No, she was promoting this for over a month So those individuals who felt as if she was taken advantage of, oh no.
Yes, she's a hoe.
Ah! Yo, that episode is what.
Now this is very important.
What the fuck? I didn't hear anything she said. What did she say?
I think he's just playing.
Some people would be like, you're insane, like, I'm trying to pay to do that. And I'm like, no, that's just fun to me.
Now this is very important.
I thought that was
Why
my
is
volume.
This
It's
is
a video.
month before she sleeps with 100 dudes, right? And she had slept with 23 dudes a week prior. And in the midst of that, she said she enjoys it. Furthermore, her upbringing never really talks too much about her childhood, but she said she was a whore in college. Then figured, well, why not get paid for it and upload it onto OnlyFans? Now I want you guys to take into account what is the common denominator here. She's making the decision to do all of this. You see why it really makes no sense for people to come to her defense, per se, when she's not asking for people to come to her defense and making it seem as if she's being taken advantage of. Oh no.
Yes, she's a hoe.
Now this is where my confusion starts to set in, because last I checked in the 21st century, I thought we were going through this sexual revolution, this sexual liberation where you can do all of these perverse things and face no judgment for it. But all of a sudden you're casting out sympathy, saying, well, she must be a victim of something. These 100 men must be taking advantage of her. I'm very confused. What happened to My Body, My Choice? I thought she was a grown woman who's making her own decisions. Disgusting, albeit, but why is it that now, when you see the reality of the situation and the circumstances of her actions, now all of a sudden, well, it must be a man's fault? I'm a little confused here.
That is OD. They dragged it. They dragged it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So how many people are there
I have
in
a
Team
kind of
Lily?
controversial
Eight,
thing to
nine?
say. I think
There's
that both
nine.
of them
Wait, hold on.
can
Let me pause it before you say it. What'd you say?
I think that both of those things can exist and be true at the same time, kind of. Now, I'm not saying I'm not saying in this situation it is the man's fault, but what I think the more people are what she's the wrong example to use for what they're trying to portray and trying to say because she's an idiot, but the reason why that all these things exist, women didn't start this industry, you know what I mean? That's what they're trying to say. It's in my opinion, a lot of times guys complain about things and it's but y'all are the ones who set up these systems.
So basically, you're saying they wouldn't be doing this stuff if men weren't watching.
I feel it's hard to say that. Obviously lesbians exist, whatever, but I feel I do feel a lot of these things wouldn't be as common or a thing that would we would even be talking about right now if it wasn't an industry that was bought into by a lot of men.
True, but
I'm not saying that it makes what she's doing okay, because it's not.
I know. I'm just saying.
But I'm just saying,
I'm just saying that if it's true, right? Does it just because you can? It's you're still making the conscious decision to take advantage of those men doing that. Men may have put that, but you're willing to do that.
So
if I have, for example, right, multiple women at my job have said that I look attractive enough to do this, that, and the third, right? In situations where I could take advantage of women, and I know I can. I don't. I make the conscious decision to not do that. They're making the conscious decision to take advantage of the system and to take advantage of these men. Because most of the men that are involved in this thing or be willing to pay for these kind of things are people who are depressed or sad or lonely or whatever, and women take
but you
advantage
don't think
of
the
that.
girls who are doing these things are also feeling depressed and sad and
Oh,
lonely?
yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
I-
That's what I'm saying. It's just not one of those things where it could be one thing or the other. I think there's a lot of different parts that play into it, and there's a lot of blame on a lot of different sides.
So my opinion on the situation is, I do agree with what you were saying. You was two things can exist at once. You know what I mean? And I do agree on that. At the end of the day, if the men don't show up, it's not happening.
This don't happen.
It just doesn't happen. But the issue with the article is that they're just trying to blame the men. It's
No, I agree with that.
it's both
I think
sides.
that's the biggest
it's
think
both
that's the
sides
biggest
problem,
thing.
and that's the issue they have with that article. They're just trying to be like, oh, the men
Yeah.
did that.
So
So
what I
one
said,
thing,
I said that
one
I
thing
feel
did
like
you,
Lily is
one thing
the
that you
wrong
did
person
say.
to use. Or
Sorry?
in general, you can't just do one side of it. It's just it always becomes a thing where it's like it can't just be one side because it's not only one side. It's two people playing into like
Exactly.
the same stupid system.
I agree. I agree with that.
Remember, not only was a woman part of it, a woman helped curate it. You know what I mean? Her PA, her manager, or whatever was also a woman. You know what I'm saying? Even though they weren't part of it, they're okay with this, right? But
Right.
one thing that you did say that I know for a fact is true, and I don't like when people try to act like this. Sex work was not created by men. I need y'all to get that out your head. It was not created by men at all. Y'all know that, right?
You think it was created by women?
It's a fact that it was created by women. It's a fact. Sex work, well, prostitution is one of the oldest trades ever. Like, it dated back before the Mesopotamian times. There were times where they feel like, well, at the end of the day, you're exchanging goods for sex. You know, animals do that, right? Like penguins do that. So it's not just a human thing. Like, there's penguins that literally collect rocks, and if a penguin has more rocks, the female penguins will go to that penguin instead of the other penguins with less rocks. That's technically selling your body for something. It's not just a human thing. It's an animalistic thing. You feel me? So
Yeah.
there's also proof that a lot of some of the earlier like settlements, like in America and stuff, when they started setting up like, you know, the sheriff's, the jail, the school, there was always a saloon. And that saloon always had most likely, you know, prostitutes or, you know, sex workers, etc.
Okay, somebody.
Most of the times, those sex workers would have a woman who was running it and actually started that business. It wasn't a man running it. And people always like to say pimp. Pimp isn't gender biased. Pimp isn't just male. There's female pimps out there too. Educate. I'm telling y'all, educate yourself. This world.
Pimp?
This, huh?
Not the female pimp.
No, 100%.
Okay, well,
Yeah, they were called madams.
that's what I said.
Oh yeah, exactly. They would call them madam.
But I feel like, okay, even if a guy didn't start it, it's like men are the ones buying into it.
Not. Here's the thing. Let's pause real quick.
Majority.
To think that only men are buying into it is also
I'm not okay, but it's also the majority of men are.
We don't know. We don't know that. We don't know that.
But
We
we
just
do.
we're spitballing facts now. We don't know that.
I feel like if we Google that, it's gonna be.
We
more.
don't know that. Let me tell you something. Yes, there are men who are paying for this. Yes, there are men that pay for subscriptions, but there's also women like Lily that have $1,000 worth of dildos, that spend $10,000 on Bad Dragon or some crazy website. That's technically buying into that stuff. You know that, right? Just because you're not paying for sex doesn't mean you paying for crazy sex toys.
But
And
I feel like now you're generalizing what I was trying to say. I'm talking about like specifically the OnlyFans like industry, like the like porn industry, like that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm talking about specifically that because that is something that I think even if you go right now, if you go on to whatever website you want to go on, when you look at the ad that they're playing, hey young man, because I know this from facts, I'd be like, damn, I'm not a young man. I'm a young woman. So it's like they're literally marketing to you guys because they know that you are the ones that they need to they're going to be
100%.
marketing to. You know what I mean? Like they're not saying, "Hey, young lady," like, and which I feel is kind of fucked up. But you know, we'll talk about that another day. I feel special too.
I 100% agree. But like I said, when we say things like that, it kind of like it's like what that article's doing. That article is making a point, but it's not making 100% of the point. You're here just focusing on the men that showed up for Lily. You're not focusing on the fact that Lily set this up. So if we sit here,
This whole entire time, I have condemned Lily's actions.
Yeah.
I said it
I got
1,000 times that I don't agree with it, and I said that I don't think that article was right because it's not
Yeah.
one or the other. You can't just blame one or the other. That article is stupid in my
Got
opinion
you.
because
my
you can't just. But I'm just saying that I see like you can't just take that article and put it to the situation and now completely negate the whole situation either. And I feel like these videos kind of do that sometimes. Like these situations make regular things like regular sex work, because this is not regular sex work.
I don't think any sex work is regular. That's kind of an oxymoron. Now, with that being said, when we try to say things like, you know, men are the reason for sex work or men started sex work, that's spreading false information and misinformation. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like they used to do that shit in fucking all types of places in the world. You know what I mean? But if we're just talking about OnlyFans and we're just talking about these type of people, remember, guys, OnlyFans wasn't made for just porn. OnlyFans was made so that you can show people, your fans, the background of your life. These people chose to get on there and get naked.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that, right?
Yep. It was kind of like Patreon.
Yeah, it was literally Patreon. And you know what's crazy? Patreon was the same thing. People started getting butt naked on Patreon.
And they said, nah.
But who was the main people getting butt naked on Patreon? Let me hear the answer. It was women.
I don't know. I just
women.
wanted to come in here and say happy holidays to y'all because I miss y'all. Man.
Happy holidays.
And I'm not
I came into a deep ass conversation, but yeah.
Yeah, we over here streaming it. And I'm not saying nobody's bad unless you're hurting yourself or hurting other people. That's my opinion on the situation. Nobody's a bad person unless you're hurting yourself or other people. 100%. We're just pointing.
My whole thing is like my whole take on it is it wouldn't be a thing if nobody showed up.
Say it again?
It wouldn't be a thing if nobody showed up.
That
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
No, but it's true because like yeah, there would still be girls doing it and stuff like that because
that
whatever.
doesn't apply to.
Yeah.
But it's like one of those things where it's like there would not be. Do you think that there would be like an influx of all these like OnlyFans models and all these things where it's like, oh, there's a pandemic and all these girls are now like promoting the fact that they're making money off of like, and it's kind of fucked up in my opinion because it's like you're making money off of people you know are depraved of like love and affection.
Like you said, if no, it's not a thing if nobody showed up. The girls will probably not do this if they didn't see other girls making buttloads of money. You know what I'm saying? That's what's enticing about it.
It's like because it's like people see like there's like I've seen like pictures where it's like a girl who has like one guy who will send her $100,000 from that, and it's like now like that's so unrealistic because that's one guy doing that. That's one lonely depraved guy, and now you have all these other people doing it.
Yeah.
And like it's just all like it doesn't make sense.
There's also instances where African prince convinces a single woman. Remember, it's about desperation at the end of the day. You could be desperate whether you're a man or a woman. It's not gender biased. You could be asexual, whatever you want to choose to be. It's not gender. It's your desperation. So we all know the stories of the fake African princes that be making these lonely women in America fall in love, and then the lady sent him how much? 42,000, 100,000, for what?
Which is terrible.
Now you want to sit here and say that woman sent it because he said, oh, he's being trapped by the Taliban or he's being this and that. It's always some crazy wild story. But girl, you wanted to eventually meet that man and fuck that man. You just don't want to admit it. You want to act like you was being a good Samaritan and trying to send somebody 100,000, 10,000. No, you were interested in that man. You were sexually attracted to him, right? And he convinced you of some bullshit, and because you were down bad, you sent that bread. If we gonna be like that to men, we have to speak like that with the women too. Like, come on.
I don't think this is just me. I don't think women are as desperate for like sex as they are for love. I think it's more about wanting to be loved and more is like, oh, I want to like have sex.
I call cap on that. I'm sorry.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion, Momo?
I call cap on that. The reason why I call cap on that.
Let Debbie in the back.
Hey. Tell her we streaming right now. We on
He's streaming right now. He's streaming.
Check it out. What's your opinion though, Momo?
I am watching it. See, look at you. What you talking about while I watching? Why you think I came here to speak?
Which
Oh,
Queen,
whatever.
you said I missed out. What'd you
Shut
miss
up.
out on? You bounced? You just came back? What were you saying, Momo? We listening.
Okay, yeah, but so here's the thing, right? Here's my opinion on that. I call cap on that because I feel like women talk. The thing is, what most men don't know and what most men don't realize is that women talk and think about sex way more than they do. Men is just more vocal about it. When it comes to sex and all that, like women know that sex sells. They know they have the power when it comes to the sexualization of anything. They have the power to it. They exploit it. I mean, think about it. If anybody's been scrolling Instagram or looking at any type of social media,
booty.
Right. Where all these thick ass gothic girls come from? Where all these thick ass white gothic women come from? Just out of the blue. Next thing you know, all you seeing is it, bro. I swear to God, the last year, I only remember that Raven Grimm girl, right? And she would do the little TikTok trends, and she would have her hair in a little ponytail. She would whip her hair, and then it'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Next thing you know, bro, I see another girl pop up out of nowhere. Then another thick ass Asian gothic girl come out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, where the hell all these thick ass goth girls come from? It's like that's all you see. Any type of social media, any type of you got Twitter, you got motherfucking got Instagram, you got Threads, you got all these places, and every time when you're scrolling, all they do is to get popularity or to be wanted. They gotta feel special. They gotta sit on social media and they gotta post a picture of them half naked or walking or just being overly sexualized so they can get the views or so they can feel like they're wanted or liked. That's not, and it's not men that's doing this. It's that the men gonna like it. Oh, you're gorgeous, beautiful. Oh,
you think men are on the internet parading themselves around to try to get some likes too?
So look, she made a point to that, saying that, you know, it isn't the men, but the women know that the men are going to react to that. That's why they're doing it. If they knew that the men wouldn't react to it and it's just whatever, and they just posting it up just to post it, then they probably wouldn't do it. It's just our reaction feeds into that. But here's my point. Men are down bad biologically. It's not just a choice, and y'all know that. It's biological, meaning if a man sees something that he's attracted to, he's gonna rise up, and you know that, and you're taking advantage of that. It's not just the man is looking for that. Sometimes it pops up, and it's like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not
You're
just
taking advantage of a man who pays for your OnlyFans. He did that on his
own. Let me tell you something. Yes and no at the same time. You're not taking advantage of him because you're not forcing him. 100%. You're not forcing him. You're not telling him what to do. None of that. But you are taking advantage of his biological reaction to something like that. That's why sometimes we sit here and be like, why the cartoons showing booties? You know why Raven was thick. You know why Starfire was thick. You know why fucking She-Go was fucking thick. You know why them girls look like that. Because you know them little kids that's watching that show is probably going to stare at it more. We all had a crush on She-Go. She-Go wasn't just a skinny fucking animated character. She was thick. Why Lola Bunny looked like that? You know why she looked like that. Because that's gonna.
Why that fucking on what was it? A Goofy movie? Why old girl was thick like that, bro? Like for real, it's a goddamn cartoon. Why the hell am I looking at thighs and shit?
He want answers now.
Right.
But let me tell you something. If you know,
she was not chunky.
If you know that's the biological reaction. If you know that's the biological reaction of men, that they will get horny if they see said thing, you also are a tiny bit at fault for portraying that to make money. Because you know what you're putting out there for money.
I don't agree with that. Here's why I don't agree with that. Because men will I literally have been walking in the street wearing like nothing but a sweater and like, you can't see my body, you can't see anything. I still get sexualized without wanting it. You know what I mean? It's like, if I know I don't agree, but it's some girls like way of thinking is like, if I'm gonna get sexualized for being being who I am as a person, I may as well get paid for it.
Okay, so let me hey mama. So here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Your point technically, and let me know if I'm wrong, is that men can technically sexualize anything.
No, my point is that
Remember, you said you don't walk out, whatever you walking out with, you're still gonna get catcalled. So they're gonna sexualize you no matter what you're wearing, correct?
yes, my point that I was making was that it's a thing where some people see it as, well, if I'm going to be that like that anyway, I may as well get a profit off of it. You know, you're a great artist, right? You love making art regardless, but you can also make a profit out of it.
Let me tell you something. I 100% agree with you. If the stock of dick was up, I'd be selling it. I ain't lying to y'all. Dick stock is low right now. Dick ain't selling for nothing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yo, that is a crazy statement.
100%.
With it though.
100. And let me tell you something. Any man that tells you he wouldn't is a fucking liar. Cause we as men, we try to sell everything, anything that we can.
I mean, let's be realistic.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, mama.
Hello.
So
let's be realistic, right? If there was a thing, like if there was a bunch of men who got on Instagram and all you seen was beards, dreads, and muscles, you know what I'm saying? And they started this whole trend next year, right? And all you seen with them posted up in just taking pictures. Do you not think how many motherfucking dudes is gonna be out there posting and selling? They see these women's buying into it.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't agree with that is because I like know like Instagram, all those things are kind of catered towards like your gender, your race, like what you like, all that stuff. So I know for a fact that like if I go on Instagram right now, go on my For You page, I'm gonna see a whole bunch of like tall dreadheads shirtless. I'm not gonna see a bunch of thick girls. You feel me? So I know for a fact that there are dudes out there who are like walking around like, look at me, too, the same way that girls are.
That's not a need. It's not a need for it.
But
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. There's a lot more than you think. You guys aren't open to it, but it's out there.
Yeah. Y'all said like girls are just as horny. There's girls who pay for guys. There's guys who do. Oh, there's this one guy who was going around because he was like 6'7" or whatever, and he had an OnlyFans and he had like 100,000 subscribers and people loved him, and all these guys were hyping him up, and I was like, wow, that's kind of hypocritical because like when it's a girl, it's this and that, but now that it's a guy,
nah, it's not. Like I said, you can't judge.
They hyped them up because it was probably nice to see a guy doing that.
That's what I don't understand.
On top of it, just because a group of dudes are not applauding that or making a person feel like crap doesn't mean that represents all other guys. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like there's probably simps on there congratulating her for doing what she's doing. Obviously they're getting something out of it, but it's not all guys that's condemning them, saying, "Oh, you're this, you're that." There's a reason why she keeps doing it. She's getting paid by somebody who appreciates it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying the general reaction to one person doing it versus the other is very, very different when it's a guy and a girl. And I'm saying that it's also not like there's a lot more guys doing it than you guys would know because it's not marketed to you guys because you're not gay. You guys don't like men.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
but like if I go on TikTok right now,
y'all timeline, y'all not gonna be seeing it as much as like the females will see it.
Facts.
Like we play Second Life, and Second Life is like a whole nother round with the whole Lovin's Toy thing and all of that stuff. And you see a whole lot more men now doing it than females because it's been outplayed by the females already. So there's a whole lot more guys, and then they're doing that stuff on like these other pages as well too. I see it all the time because I was in that realm for a while. But like the dudes are actually coming out a whole lot more than the females are now because the females were a lot faster than the guys were when the Lovin's toy came out.
Hmm.
So the girls were out there like getting their money, doing all the things, and even in real life, attaching it to the men. Men were more controlled on those toys.
Well, if that's the case, I feel the same way about them niggas too. Fuck 'em.
But yeah, like you just gotta stay like open minded on those types of things because it might not be something like I'm talking to my husband by the way. It might not be something that you are um approached with or given the chance to see. Like you're not seeing those things because like she said, like that's not your sexuality preference to be seeing those types of things. But I go on Momo's timeline and all I see is ass and titties and this and that and twerking and I'm like, what the hell do you be looking at? And he's like, it's on my timeline. And I'm like, because you probably liked one or two things and now freaking Illuminati done chimed in on your phone because I'm telling you now, y'all say Burger King, y'all gonna see a Burger King commercial by tomorrow.
Right.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they're tuned in. I'm telling you, I always say it because I'll be like, ooh, I'll be like Starbucks, and then I see a Starbucks commercial. I'm like, Illuminati's listening. Like I always say that. But like, but
I'll
yeah,
be watching
like
the show, and then like the whole For You page is the show.
That's
right. So it's
Yeah.
like somebody's tuning in. Like,
So
clearly.
we also have to understand the way the algorithm works is not just what you like, but it's also what everybody in your area likes. So if there's people around your area where you live that like that, they're gonna send you that stuff because they think you fit that demographic.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you gotta think about like on Snapchat. If you ever noticed on Snapchat,
Yeah, I
if
don't be
you
on Snapchat like that.
no, I'm just saying back in the day. I don't know if they still do it, but on Snapchat, if you go look at your like there's if you can go look at the map, and you can see like what's popping in your area and where people are posting and stuff like that. Like you can see where
They
people
post
are.
in public stories,
Yep.
like the area.
Yeah, like they
you
post
just
in public
see.
stories and they see what's going on and stuff like that. So they can track you. Like if you got that shit turned on, they can see
That's
where
scary to
you're
think.
at.
It's scary stuff.
That's terrifying to think.
Yep.
Like I just challenge y'all to just one day just go and like if you have Snapchat and go look at your map and you can like literally see where somebody is at partying having fun or where somebody
You can
lives
go
at.
to like Saudi Arabia and see what they're doing.
Yeah, to see what they're doing. over there.
It's crazy as hell, but you know.
Do y'all have context
like,
of what we
what's that got
watching?
going on over there?
Do you have context of what we watching right now? By the way, I know y'all just jumped into Discord. Momo, Mama.
Oh yeah.
Y'all have context?
No.
So there's a girl named what's her name? Lily Phillips.
Lily
Phillips. She has an OnlyFans, and she just set up this thing
Always
where
a lily.
she set up a situation where she had sex with 100 men in 14 hours.
I saw that.
I seen that too. Rakim put in
I
the
saw that,
react. So right now we're watching videos. So here's the situation now. You know, she did it.
You did what, nigga?
She started.
Now she's like apologizing for it or something like
She's
that.
not a. She's not
feeling
apologizing.
bad about it or something.
It's a weird mix because she was crying, but she also said that she was crying because she didn't help every dude nut. And then
Which I think is bullshit. She's
and then
ashamed, but
and then
that's covered up.
and then she said that she wanted to do 1,000. By February, she wants to do 1,000 men in like 14 hours or whatever.
Some people just have weird
Well,
morals,
it-
okay? Like, you know, we all can't be her, nor do we want to. But
This is true.
it's just,
And
it's
before
just,
you
you
ask,
know,
Momo, it's a 2-parent household.
before you ask, it's crazy.
No, see, I
So-
wasn't even gonna ask that. I was gonna ask, is she kind of like them? What do you call them? Passport boys? I don't know if y'all ever heard of them. Them dudes that go overseas and be fucking all them girls and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Talk about the passport bros?
Yeah.
No, there's none of that. None of this.
This is like
So she just decided.
Yeah, she just decided
on
she
a
wanted to
fucking
do this.
Marathon.
Yep.
That's all that
Okay,
is.
that's
Exactly.
this.
She had 100 niggas in the queue. She rented out an Airbnb.
See, this takes me to this show that I watched on, I believe, Netflix. Either Netflix, somewhere. But it was about a guy and he had impregnated a whole bunch of people. Like, it was these couples that could either not get pregnant with their significant
Yeah.
other, or they were like a gay couple and wanted a baby or something like that, and they got in contact with this. It was I think it was in the Netherlands or something like that. And so like they got a hold of this guy. He'd come to the house and he would do it like the natural way. And yeah. Oh my gosh. And so like a whole bunch of people within like the same neighborhood damn near had this guy, and they were just popping these babies out. And so there's like all these babies in the world that were like related in some weird way because of this guy, and he didn't want to stop. So like they had to take him to court and everything to get him to stop passing around his jizz, so that all these, because if he started populating the world, then they could bump into each other, and they could. No, he wasn't in the sperm. I think he did. No, you're right. No, what happened was he set off a trend to the other guys. They had like this group thing, and there was like a group of guys that were going to sperm banks and like passing their jizz around in the sperm banks.
It wasn't sperm banks. They closed down the sperm banks. So what they did was
the first hit the sperm banks at first, and then they closed it down. They hit it at first. That's why they closed it down. There was a guy here in Indiana, an older guy, and what he was doing was inseminating these women. But what was going on is that he was basically switching the sperm from the sperm that they chose to his.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he was a
They
doctor.
got him out, I think, after paying $1.3 million. He got like 90 kids.
Oh my God, it was like what? I was like, yo, these guys are out here
He's
being.
not the only.
Oh
He's
yeah,
not the only one like him.
for sure.
He got arrested and shit. Like he went through all the troubles, but there was another guy. This is why privilege sucks, because this guy, he looks like an old dude. But the other one looks like he came out of a fucking Baywatch movie.
Yeah, that's the movie show. That's the show that I saw. Yeah, with the blonde hair.
Yes. And he has like hundreds of kids. Yeah.
Yes. And they were like all literally in the same neighborhood dang near. And they were going, some of them were even going to the same school. It was weird. It was crazy.
His defense, he always made sure that the people were good.
He was taking care of himself.
Oh yeah. They said he was a good guy. Right. They said he was a good guy and all that. It was just the fact that they didn't know he had so many other people that he did this with.
That's crazy.
So they were just kind of like, yo.
Before we get sidetracked, I'm sorry to cut y'all off.
Go ahead, my
before
bad.
we get sidetracked, the reason why this story in particular gets a little shaky is because she doubled down and said she wants to do 1,000 guys in February, but there was an article condemning the men that showed up, just condemning the men, saying that they were wrong for showing up for that, not really like saying like, hey, Lily set this up, you know what I mean? She wanted this, you know what I mean? And she had a team of women that also helped her through this, like finding the man, etc. There was even a point where a lot of the men were canceling before it happened, and they were reaching out to the guys that were already coming, saying, do they have friends that they could bring along?
Bring your homies.
Bring your homies. Bring whoever.
Were they doing safe sex, or was this like raw dogging?
So that's where it gets that's where it gets tricky. So I don't think it was all.
I don't think it was all raw.
Beat her shit in.
That's a serious question. That's a serious question because, like, the way diseases is getting passed around like hotcakes out here. I'm just saying,
He
like,
said she want full meat, no wrap.
right.
That's it. We get it now.
He said raw.
He said raw.
Horrible.
Nah. So the article is trying to garner sympathy for her. So our second video that we're watching right now is about people trying to garner sympathy for her. So I'm gonna play the video. All right, we're almost done.
Yeah, 9 now. Yeah.
9 payroll members of
Yeah,
staff.
yeah.
You are a businesswoman.
Now, why is this important? Her personal assistant is a woman. Furthermore, her operation is a team of 9 to operate her OnlyFans. This lady is a CEO of her own operation. So are we gonna sit over here and make it say, oh wow, she was taken advantage of? By who? Herself? Now, here's a great question. Where were the parents? Well, it seems we have an answer now, don't we?
Your family and your parents are proud of you and what you've achieved.
Well, my parents knew straight from the start, like, about what I was doing. Yeah, I was just...
We gotta pause this. There's a part I didn't tell ya. It's very disturbing. Her father is subscribed to the OnlyFans and his friends.
¿Qué carajo me dijiste? What?
Yeah.
I'm not shocked.
That's
I'm not shocked.
crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of shit we watching, bro? What is this?
Yeah.
That's nasty, bro.
Yeah.
Just very open with it.
I don't know if
Obviously,
he's
at the
watching
start
or
they were a
just
bit
supporting.
apprehensive because they want me to be safe and they want me to make good decisions
Talking about
and stuff like
OnlyFans
that.
content.
I just think I can't hold myself back and do something that I do, that I'm scared what other people might think.
Now, kudos to her actually being upfront with her parents about what industry she decided she wanted to go into. And then furthermore, she pushed back at her parents when they were apprehensive about her going into this because she's an adult and she made her own decisions. But here's the kicker in this entire scenario. Her mother is her finance manager. What?
We got the answer. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
I knew.
We had.
That's why I wanted to watch them back to back. That's why I wanted to watch them back to back because he had more answers for you.
Oh my god.
You got more answers. Nah, they pimping out their daughter straight up.
It definitely is.
That's what it is. This is what it is.
It definitely is.
That's
You
what
think
it
he
is.
signed on to OnlyFans because he want to watch that? No, he watching his money rise right before him every second. He don't
And
care about the
Rakim,
video.
wow. Rakim did the
He probably
research.
told his friends to
Family
subscribe.
operated fucking marathon is wild. I don't understand
Damn.
how to.
Rakim said he did the research and she made $2 million off of this. $2 million.
She did get a bag off it, but hey, it's still not good.
A bag at what cost? A bag at what cost?
100 men.
That
To
is
have some roast
crazy.
beef, have some roast beef guts.
No.
She said, no, wait, Momo. The first, I wish I was here earlier because they said it was all shrimps, so they wasn't rearranging no guts.
The guy that was reacting.
Good is they rearrange it.
The
And she
guy-
is little.
The guy that was like talking about it assumed that they were all shrimps because she said she wasn't that sore.
Oh no. See.
Lily had a traffic cone, a traffic cone dildo. It was like this big.
It's him holding his gun.
When I
What's
seen the
going
traffic,
on? Why
yo.
do we pause right here? Take the gun off your screen.
Oh, sorry.
Like he definitely had.
I mean,
I don't
he's
think you getting shut down.
he's a YouTuber, so if his isn't shut down, hopefully mine won't get shut down.
Well, we ain't.
Well, you're right. Thank you for having my back.
Okay.
But the first video we watched when they went into her house and she was showing off her sex toys. She had like probably like more than 25, maybe 50 of them.
Oh wait, she's a pro.
1,000 toys.
She's professional.
She had a lot. That's what she said.
What? You
X-
have one suit. Why do you have
X
1,000
Games.
toys?
But there was one. It was like this.
Why?
It was like this. It was a
doing
traffic
with that? Don't
construction. They do.
What is going on?
She was doing construction work. She been ready for this.
Construction work is wild.
When I seen the cone, I'm like, ain't no dick gonna make a difference. No dick is gonna make a difference.
Wait, a traffic cone?
The shit was. Let me show y'all real quick. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I have to show you.
Confused.
I'm
Have to show
confused.
y'all.
I gotta see
I'm
this.
so confused.
I'm
Look what
sorry.
she do. Take that off the street.
Y'all know what a traffic cone means.
Y'all know what a traffic cone
I
is.
really don't.
I
Y'all know what a
I have
traffic
not
cone
seen
is.
it. I have not
If she can take
advanced.
100
like
guys,
just
she's
having-
taking a traffic cone. There's nothing.
I'm weak.
You know what I mean?
Hold on. Everybody pause real quick. Y'all gotta see this. You gotta see this, bro. Okay, this is when she starts. Jesus Christ. This is when she starts showing them off right
It's
here.
a situation where she has a full-on dedicated
seen a
staff
lady
of
with a
people
2-liter,
seeing her get drilled. It doesn't matter if it's just
No,
online. Who
that
can
was
experience it in real life, right? One thing I will applaud Lily for is that she talks about the fact that she's told her parents. I think I would feel some sort of way if I found out that my daughter, my sister, my
Hold on,
cousin,
all right,
I
yeah.
was comfortable with my daughter doing this.
Shocked as to what goes up my ass.
I'm afraid that's just a cone.
Look, boom.
It's a hefty thing. Go up either hole.
No.
Wait.
These are more like my toys. Before I do a shoot, I'll wear like a hook all day. This is more for
Oh,
like.
I'm thinking an actual like.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
me too. Yeah.
That's crazy though.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Who in the
It's
merchandise
that
department
orange and
was
white
like,
shit
let's
outside.
make a traffic cone. Someone might really want this one day. Like who?
First
Who
of all,
did that? Like who was just
Yo.
like, I think a traffic cone is a great idea.
Nah,
Yo.
if they made dragons, the traffic cone
that's what
seem
that's what I
like-
was that's what I was saying
You
earlier.
know what
I'm
I
like, yo,
mean?
they make dragons. They make some that put
Oh,
eggs
man,
inside
yeah.
females.
the horse ones.
But once I,
We've seen
damn,
those.
once I,
Unfortunately.
it's funny how you said dragons, and then for some reason horse was more dramatic.
I know. Damn.
A horse is real.
Yeah, I was gonna say a horse is real.
Who is out here imagine? How do we even get to what a dragon?
Imagine dragons. Is that what you was about to say?
Things. Who wouldn't research what a dragon's dick looks
Yo.
like to even make one?
What are we talking about here?
Yo,
I'm so serious. Like my brain goes there
first of all,
sometimes.
let me
It's like,
pause.
how do you come
Pause.
up with these
Pause
ideas?
real quick, y'all. Pause real quick.
They came up with this in Shrek, Donkey and his
Oh
buddy.
my god.
I just wanna,
Oh,
I just wanna
God.
apologize. I just wanna apologize to Chris and Junior because they too New York. They too New York for this. I know this whole
Right,
conversation
hey, yo.
is hitting them.
Man, there's New Yorkers that think of these things too.
They researched a lizard's penis and then was like, okay,
Lizard's
so
penis. What?
we know.
What?
How did we get
that
here?
Lizards
Sure.
derive from dragons, right? So they
Face.
so they cross-reference, and that's how they got the dragon.
This is like your.
How the fuck
You know
we
what
get
talking
here?
About, damn it. You know what we talking
Because
about.
Debbie asked how they even imagined the dragon. I said they cross-reference a lizard.
Cross
Got you.
reference is crazy.
Got you. They had to blur out her whole
They say,
collection.
well, this looks like this, so dragons
Double
have got it look like this.
Y'all gotta see the
That's-
collection. Look at the collection. They blurred it. Look.
It's more like a toy, but it's quite cool because you can put that in.
So they
and it's, like,
didn't blur
see-through,
out the
you can
candy
obviously
cone,
see inside your
but they blurred out the black
is
bit.
obviously great.
That's great.
These ones are always fun because they get like all types of bodily liquids like in there, vibrate.
So you heard what she said? You can stick bodily liquids in it.
It's very relatable. Normal kind of looking ones.
I don't like none of this.
Tail.
Gotta make it real.
Okay, why you let me call it on this conversation?
Look at the torso. You see
You
the
did.
schlong?
You said
The
call it.
shaboom? You saw that? The torso.
Look how small she is, man. It'd be them little ones. It's
To
like
have the
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, the torso.
It's always the Ariana Grande built.
It's the Ariana Grande built girls that be just taking the biggest things, don't make no sense. Like, where is it going?
Yo.
Where is it going?
Yo.
Like, up
They
to
got
their
medical
esophagus? Like, what's
That's
going on?
crazy.
They got medical problems.
There's no way, bro. All right, we gotta finish this video,
so
y'all. I usually do these reaction videos. Just a heads up, y'all. We do them every Friday. It's a Christmas Eve one. You know what I mean? A little present for y'all. We had to play
this
catch
is
up.
Definitely Christmas.
Yeah, that's
But-
definitely Christmas themed. Yeah.
The gift that just keeps on giving.
It's definitely Christmas theme.
Best
But
present in the world, guys.
she was a ho ho ho. Straight up. She was
Hey.
giving out gifts. Let me tell you something.
Donation.
If you guys want to see more reaction videos, post it in my Discord or tune in every Friday. This is lit, man. This is lit. And y'all can come in the Discord so y'all can, be part of it like y'all are right now. So we usually do it for 2 hours. We're going above 2 hours. So I'm going to start playing the video, okay?
Cool.
I did not just see that.
And now a word from our sponsor. All right, so boom, the holiday season is here. Christmas is on.
What did we just talk about? It is Christmas. Okay, so just so y'all know, also after this, hey, Vasi, thank you. Oh, Vasi gifted a sub. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
You're the best. After this, we're gonna be playing a horror game later tonight. So if y'all down to watch that, definitely stay tuned. All right, it's called Nuclear Nightmare. Very hilarious. All right. I love the Don.
Right, me too. So
You see that shit fire. All right.
Take care of people that you might know.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's been some guys like outwardly say like we used to go to school together, or some of like dad's friends and stuff like that.
What, messaging you?
Yeah.
Maybe she had some form of unresolved trauma from childhood. Maybe there seems to be some form of mental illness. Or maybe she's just a prostitute. How about that? She's a prostitute, a meat slave, a whore, a courtesan wanton wench. What the fuck? You've got to find a way to sympathize for this harlot. Cause that's what she is, a harlot.
Yes, she's a hoe.
You've got spreadsheets.
No,
This
it's
is
a
incredible.
quiz.
I can't believe you tried to tell me you weren't a businesswoman at one point. You've got a spreadsheet.
This guy has paid for a bottle of spit in a 6-minute video.
You did what, sorry?
I paid for like a bottle of spit. Just me like spitting into a bottle.
And is he going to receive that? Or?
Yeah, I'll send it in the post.
Nasty bitch, stinking bastard! We're talking about a woman who would willfully send a bottle of spit in the mail for money, and somehow you're trying to find sympathy for her. In fact, we're talking about a lady who not only sleeps with 23 people in a day, 37 people in a day, now confirmed 100 individuals in a day. We're also talking about a lady whose form of vengeance for her ex-boyfriend cheating on her proceeded to do this.
I got cheated on when I found out.
Yeah. We know the trauma. Okay,
I went out and guy and just left the in there, and then went to see my ex who had cheated on me and let him like out. But that's just revenge. That's not. You violated me, cheating on me.
This is the harlot that half of Twitter is having sympathy for? This harlot here?
Yes, she's a hoe.
However, what she was planning to do in a couple of weeks' time had never been seen before.
This is where the applications are coming through.
Where the guys have messaged him. I had it switched off for a little bit, so it's just...
So how are you doing this? You put out a phone number
Yeah.
and people can just apply?
Yeah, so I put out a little Twitter post.
Yo, the post is killing me.
Now, here's what's wild about this, right? Initially, the impression was that it was people who were subscribed to her OnlyFans that received the privilege of having the opportunity of being the 1 in 100. However, in the midst of the documentary, when the day of came, there was nothing but pure debauchery that was going on. Her team did not know how to operate the entire situation. And furthermore, it came a point, and I touched on this in the prior video, there came a point where they thought they weren't going to be able to make it to the 100.
How are you doing? How's it going so far? How many are we on?
Only
8 guys.
Only 8, not
You
not
enjoying
enough.
yourself?
Yeah, I am. First group scene done. That was a lot of fun. And now I'm on to number 60. Currently 7 p.m. About, I think about 70 people through.
Lily's PA gave us some more updates and promised us that they were nearly finished.
How far off is she from finishing?
Not far. I thought we're nearly done. We've got a few people who have like gone home and then they've called us and like, can my friend come? I just told them how sick it was. And we're like, yeah, bring it. Like, send your friend over.
I want you to think about that for a second. You mean to tell me you're gonna sleep with 100 dudes in a day? And furthermore, I just want to make sure that you guys understand there was no protection that was being worn at the beginning of the session because it was a full-on session.
I'll start usually with a pub and then I say like, is there anything you like,
Monday
don't
night
like,
raw.
any certain position you want to do.
Yeah.
And then yeah, we kind of got straight into
Did you
it.
do the condom on or?
No,
No.
I didn't. Condom off.
Okay, and then but then like once they're having sex, it's like
Yeah,
condom on type
Yeah.
thing.
You sick freak! Might I add, in the midst of the documentary, she said that those with STI checks were prioritized. However, remember, she had gone on a podcast that I stated in the previous video.
Are they all tested?
So
Bless you.
testing wasn't mandatory. There'd be priority if they got a test.
Okay.
So like we tried to just make it a bit more desirable.
I want you to really ponder how filthy of a human being you have to be to go forth with the act with a multitude of other numerous different partners in such a small time span.
Is that his music playing?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You could have not only contracted an STI, STD, HIV, whatever the case may be, boss. You could have contracted that on the second person and since passed it on after the fact. Furthermore, how nasty you have got to be as a unit to allow people to just call up random people. Mind you, they had a couple of security that was there on the scene, but
so it's gonna get real dramatic. I asked the question. I want to pose the question again. I asked if y'all think an attractive male, if an attractive male was to do this, do y'all think 100 women would show up? You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad that y'all said that because.
It wouldn't be me. But...
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. But I'm glad that y'all said that because I don't know, like
there's some nasty females.
There's nasty people in general. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm glad y'all said
You
that.
gotta remember, like the 100 men that went to Lily were desperate men 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Especially the 18-year-old that was like, I want to lose my virginity to you. Let's do this. So I'm 100% sure that there is 100 desperate women that's gonna come through and be like, yeah, let's do that. Absolutely.
Fair enough. You heard it here first, y'all. You heard it here first.
You really don't know who you're bringing in. In fact, there was a moment in which the interviewer had asked her if you're concerned regarding safety, if a criminal would work their way through the ranks. And she said, oh, well, I don't know if a criminal would go that far in order to get to me. You have no concept of reality.
No.
And then on top of that, the mere fact that not only her, but also her team just said, hey, we're going for this goal by any means possible or necessary, and we just gonna pile through whoever the fuck shows up. There were dudes who flew in from out of the country for this event here. And we'll talk about how filthy the dudes are down the line. But I cannot understand how anybody can watch something like this, the full-on documentary, not just watch the clips that are going viral on Twitter. It's 47 minutes. You could watch this and not leave saying she's a disgusting human being.
So many guys left it really last minute and we were getting messages today like, can I still do it?
Yeah.
But we had so many people drop out.
Yeah.
So when I was like going for like, yes, can you make it to London today? And a lot of them were like, yeah, that's fine. We were just like scrambling to get guys. So I was outside having a smoke with them all. We were just all talking and getting along, and then we come back in here and they've got the music on vibe and it was really nice. There were a couple of guys that Joe messaged me like, oh, I didn't really perform well, can I come back? And we've been like, yeah, that's fine. And they've just like come back.
Oh, really?
Redeemed themselves because they've been like that nervous.
Now, I understand there are some individuals who just so happen to have kinks, but you have to take into account how deranged, not only Lily, but her entire team just so happens to be. You can hear the jubilance and the glee, the elation from her PA throughout this entire process. Although there was a level of stress that she happened to endure just trying to organize everything, she was loving every single minute of it. Lily is not the only guilty party here alongside the 100 men. We'll get to that in a minute. But you have to really look at the totality of this entire situation to allow anybody, for all intents and purposes, to go and pull up and penetrate this harlot with no sort of sense of what the fallout could possibly be. Because remember, there was a point in time in the midst of the documentary that Lily didn't even know that HIV can be transmitted by way of semen to the mouth.
So you would let like these guys do that on your face?
Yeah.
And in your mouth?
Yeah.
What if they had HIV?
Is that where it comes from? The spunk in the mouth?
It can.
Oh, really? See, I've never really thought about that. Last time when I did it.
Oh my God.
Adonis, you don't understand. There's little to no risk of contracting HIV by way of oral sex, especially a situation where you don't have a cut inside of your mouth. Because it's such a small percentage, there's really no risk for doing the action.
Are you stupid? Are you dumb? Why would you even take the chance? And furthermore, the fact that your profession just so happens to be sex work, why are you not even cognizant of the fact of how you can contract the disease? Even if it's a small risk, you have to be aware of it. This is no different than the whole Gucci third leg situation that was going viral on Twitter, where you had all these doggone harlots who were giving blowjobs to a dude who had a visible lesion on his appendage. But because they were able to blow up and get all these new signups on their OnlyFans, they just bypassed the risk of contracting herpes. By, oh no, it's gonna be all right. I'm not gonna be the one who gets it. You spend your entire time thinking shit won't happen to you until it does. And not only was Lily willfully ignorant, her team was willfully ignorant, and the totality of the group were collectively just unwilling to take the proper precautions of any form of prevention of sexually transmitted disease. I would not be surprised if news were to break that she just so happens to have contracted a bevy of diseases, laundry list of diseases. I would not be surprised.
A, yeah, she was a hooah. B, she was a hooah.
When was the last time you ate?
I had I think I had a yum yum. Yum yum, is that what they're called? A little pastry. And then I think I had a sandwich, and that was kind of, and then the rest could come.
She was out here swallowing numerous different loads of random dudes. Maybe not all 100. Shit, maybe not even 50. At least 25, perhaps. Let's go with 10%. We'll give her 10. Random dudes. You want some, man, we had to skip lunch because we were running behind. I guess I could glug, 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 glug.
Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming? And
It's not for the weak girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like, it's kind of like being a in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out, like it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might.
Definitely.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm over it.
Miss me with the crocodile tears. Ma'am, you're a prostitute. You notice how she tries to disassociate herself from prostitute? That's exactly what the OnlyFans method has now created, where you think you're some form of an adult films actress, or perhaps somehow of an adult influencer. You think because you're not, pretty much doing the act for cash on corners, you're not a prostitute. No, ma'am, you're a prostitute. The individuals who just so happen to be subscribers on your OF, they paid you to engage in the act. Granted, the individuals who got the phone call from their friends or just so happened to maybe have seen the ad on social media and pulled up and paid nothing, maybe they can get away with, hey, I ain't have to pay no bread. But overall, man, you're a prostitute. Don't try to disassociate yourself. You're a prostitute. And the fact that she's sitting here crying lets you know just how immoral this just so happens to be. I saw some people on Twitter trying to make it seem as if she's emotional and overwhelmed because, well, she accomplished her goal, as if this was some form of Super Bowl. Last I checked, Super Bowl champions don't cry like this when they win it. There's nothing but regret in her face. She knows she fucked up. She knows that this is the lowest possible thing she could possibly do, until, of course, she advertised she's going to end up doing 1,000, which we're going to talk on that in a bit. But this is nothing more than the demonic sort of spirit that exists within this harlot. And that's exactly what she is, a harlot. And we need to call these prostitutes, these courtesan wanton wenches, these harlots exactly what they are. Just that. Prostitutes, harlots, courtesan wanton wenches. Let's stop trying to sit over here and make excuses for them. I said this in the midst of my reaction that I have up on Patreon. Think about how many different motherfucking porn stars have killed themselves or maybe sat there and regretted all of their decisions. Find me a multitude of them who are now in their 50s, 60s, 70s, who look back with glee behind what it is that they done did. You'll find a few. There's a small percentage But the vast majority were like, oh, I was young, I was naive, I should have listened when they told me it was a bad idea, but then the money was so fast. The attention was overwhelming. So I did all of this to satisfy my own ego. That's exactly what this is. And it's no different. And she's willfully and unilaterally making these decisions to continue to push this forth. Because all this did was get as much attention as she wants on her possible to now drive forth, and now we're going to get to that portion, the 1,000 man.
I want to be the first person to be with 1,000 guys in one day.
The
Logistically,
1,000 men is
how long are you
crazy.
gonna spend with each man?
In out, I'm hoping a couple seconds at most. We're hoping for some other girls there.
And you know
maybe a
what's
bit more
funny? That
fun,
record's
the
alive.
guys
She got the
actually want
flyer out
something
already.
to enjoy, and you know they don't just get 2 seconds; they get a little bit longer. So I started doing porn a year ago now, and I just loved it so much. And I think my was getting quite mundane, and that's when I decided to kind of ramp it up and do some challenges. I'm doing what I love and what I enjoy and making a career out of it, so what's wrong with that, you know?
She said something very profound.
She's only
in the midst of
23
that
years
soliloquy
old.
Where she bloviated about why it is that she shouldn't feel bad for doing this 1,000 man challenge, right? To break the record for the most dudes in a day. She said that her scenes were getting a bit mundane, so she took things to the extreme. And now she's seeing an uptick. Anybody who's ever fallen down the rabbit hole of pornography can tell you that gets to a point where you continually start to go to the extreme in what it is that you're watching, because the regular stuff has now become relatively vanilla. Hence why I always advocate against leaving cold turkey and watching this, you know, debauchery completely, right? But in the midst of all of this, this is what she wants to do. So you can't make her out to be some form of victim, because at the end of the day, there are human beings who, for all intents and purposes, are just built to be bad. There are some people who are just wired differently that are criminals. I guess the same thing can be said for courtesan, wanton, wench, harlot, prostitutes. This is just what she wants to be. You could sit here and say, find God and all this other stuff. Oh, no. Some of these people, this is just what they want to do. So why are we making it seem as if she's some form of victim? Because she's going out of her way to continually perform these acts. And I'll close with
He does make a good point, because Sad Girl said that she need to find help. Like,
She do.
this is what she wants to do. Ain't no finding help. This is
Regardless
what
if she wants it. I mean, people want to go drink, want to take drugs. Don't mean
People
they
wanna
don't
do
need
crack.
that,
Right.
Nobody wants to do crack.
I mean,
Nobody
they
wants to
have that
suck dick for
option as
crack.
well to not
You
do
get
it.
put in that
don't mean
situation.
They don't need help. I mean, you
Hey.
see, no, but
Let me
in
tell you
all
something.
honesty, as you can see, there's nobody steering her down a positive path as it is. Her parents are involved in this also. So yeah, she might need help, and somebody's actually seeing it for what it is, because the parents aren't trying to get her off of it.
That's
the
true.
parents are actually gloating her about it.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they gave
Right,
up. They
so-
said, don't do it. She did it anyway. So fuck it, we getting involved.
That's true. That's true.
See, it'd be one. You're right. It'd
They
be
said-
one thing if
they
the
said, you
parents
think you
were on
holding
here
that
like,
bag
we
by
tried to get her
yourself?
to stop. Right. Let me
$2
hold
million?
it for you.
No, they did. They did. She said that. She said like when she first told them, they was like, don't do it. But she did it. She's like, they're gonna do it anyway. And then so
And,
now they didn't want
right.
to like. They didn't want to like alienate her. And then they got
They didn't want to be parents, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, I agree.
yeah,
Right.
100%.
I'm letting you know. I'm letting you know.
Right. I know. I'm with you. I'm just like, they didn't want to be
100%
parents at the end of the day.
Wow.
They wanted to check just along with her. Like, oh, it's gonna make money. Let me jump on in on this too. Like, no,
That's
all money ain't
crazy.
good money, man.
Yeah, for real.
All money is
I'm
not
glad-
good money.
Dead ass.
And then this could possibly kill her, and they're literally just feeding her the poison.
Dead ass. Or if, let's say in the future, she wants to start
No.
a family, have kids, that's gonna ruin them too.
And her cooch gonna be damaged as hell because she done went and got with 1,000 people and possibly can even is at the risk of even getting a fucking disease that she didn't even know she could contact.
Now I will say, I just thought of this, right? Even though there's really no the help sending the parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
They probably never signed up for this. You know what I mean? Like they probably told her, probably told them, you know, I'm gonna be an OnlyFans thing. They're like, we really don't want you to do that. You're gonna do it anyway. There'll be some vanilla shit.
Yeah.
You'll fuck with some guys here or there. And then she pulled up like, all right, mom, so I'm gonna fuck 100 guys a day. What?
Well,
Wait,
I
didn't
ain't gonna
she-
speak for that because we all don't know what happened behind closed doors.
Didn't she say she didn't tell her people like specifically what's going on with the 100 guys though?
Nah,
Like, I
she
remember
told-
the guy was
she
like,
told
"Does-
him.
do they know?" And
She
was
told
like,
him.
Nah, they don't. Oh, she told
Yeah,
him.
beforehand.
But
Beforehand.
her dad subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Her dad
Well, you
subscribed
got a
to
big
it.
surprise. You got a big
Wait,
surprise
wait.
that day.
Yeah.
But quick question,
He
why
got a
was it
pizza.
100?
Yo,
Why 100 though?
She wanted 100.
feeling
I
freaky.
don't know, man.
I guess
I
that
don't
was
The
a
number,
lucky
the
number.
numbers sound good. Yeah.
know. Lucky 100.
All right, we got 10 minutes left in the video. I'm about to press play, y'all.
This because I don't want to drag this on longer than it needs to be, right? Now, I'm going to address the 100 dudes and eventually, I would hope not, the 1,000 dudes that's going to participate in this train. Wouldn't call it a gangbang because they're all not participating at the same time. Have you no shame? See, it's one thing if it's her who's being a cum receptacle, legs spread open, allowing all people to now walk up in there and penetrate her vulva region. But you have a unilateral decision to be made. For one, if you want to go and you subscribe on an OnlyFans, that's one thing. You pay your whatever amount it is for the 30 days, or if you want the 6 months or 12 months or whatever the case may be, and how they work their subscription service over there. If you want to get your fix and grab your lotion and pleasure yourself at the end of the evening, although distasteful, you're not flying to a location or traveling to a location if you lived and localized within that particular city or in that particular country to go and engage in the act and follow 100 dudes. Because remember, there was a moment in the documentary, this is why I implore you guys go and watch it in its entirety, where there was a guy who was unaware of where in the 100 he ended up landing at, because he didn't know how many people had slept with her prior and no clue of how many after. The only people who had an idea of where they were on the number
The first 6.
was the first 6
Yep,
people
gotta
who
be.
messed around and pulled up. And they were waiting as she got ready to begin the festivities. You guys are absolutely and utterly disgusting. Every single one of them. And furthermore, the fact that they're all blurred out, not only just from the documentary, but vast majority of them didn't want to show their faces, didn't want to be taped. There was a moment in which the documenter, the interviewer guy had to ultimately, he was sent out of the room because I don't want to say it was because he was taping the dudes or whatever the case just so happens to be as they were waiting to get called in, but that probably played a role. These guys know for a fact if it was exposed that they participated in this, excursion, they would be shamed to the high heavens for participating. The guys who called their friends, I can almost guarantee you there's no way for me to prove this, but vast majority of those guys were probably incredibly young. I would say between 18 to maybe 25. There's no doubt in my mind that there probably are a few who was in their late 20s, their 30s, and so on, who definitely probably called a friend and said, hey man, I just slept with Lily Phillips. You want to pull up? She's letting anybody hit right now, right? But even still, you're considered the lower tier of men that just so happened to exist out here. Because you can't walk around with your chest poked out, making it seem as if there's anything to be proud about in engaging in this particular kind of activity. There was a guy who flew from Switzerland to London to engage in the act. I believe they were in Notting Hill for this whole thing. You're flying from a different country, and I said this in my breakdown. I understand there is an element of horniness that can take over, and any dude can tell you. I can't tell you the female experience when they're horny or whatever the case may be, or feral, right? But I can tell you from the man's experience, there's a portion of our brain that just completely shuts the fuck off when we happen to get horny, and all of a sudden you're going to do everything in your power to get that doggone nut off before you can activate the post-nut clarity. I completely understand that, but this was something that was advertised in advance for a month. Hence why you probably had a lot of dudes who came to their senses, pun intended, and said, oh, wait a minute, I'm tripping, and canceled. These dudes probably were restraining themselves in anticipation of this particular date. And then all of a sudden, when they went through with it, I can guarantee you it's a few individuals amongst that group who were really satisfied in going through with the entire thing. I promise you the bulk share of them messed around and had an element of shame. And I'll say this much before I close. whoever happens to be the owner of that Airbnb, I don't know if a lawsuit can be sent out, but I would be hard pressed to imagine that they end up watching this documentary and being like, hey man, I got no problem with 100-person train taking place in my space. Because think about it, you go to try to book a location on Airbnb, immediately you'll read no parties, no loud music, quiet time at this particular time, unless you're in a different spot to where they prioritize people being able to go and throw parties. I promise you, when you go and you book and it says, hey, what are you in town for or whatever, had she wrote or her manager wrote or the PA just so happened to write, yeah, we're here to experiment in 100 people sleeping with Miss Phillips inside of your unit. You don't mind that, right? And we'll make sure to bring condoms and clean up the semen inside. Thank you very much for letting
I'm not gonna lie,
rent your
despite
space.
like
You
her
think they would
sexual
have approved
tendencies, I
that?
feel like Lily's a sweet person. I
So
definitely
I
think she
don't
threw the
know if
owner a
there's
couple of
clearance
bands
for a
and said,
lawsuit
hey,
at all. All I know is
I'm about to
somebody
get down
got to
here.
get called into question. But I'll say this much to the dude. Every single
What I
one of
don't
y'all
understand is
motherfuckers
why
be
would you be
bullshitting.
desperate enough to even put yourself through that though?
She,
I don't think she's not the desperate one.
Yeah, the men are the desperate ones. 100%.
The men is what I'm
She's
talking
not-
about. Like, why
Right,
would
I
you
knew what he
even-
meant.
She is desperate too, but not for sex. She's desperate for other things. She's desperate for clout. She's desperate for clout. She's
No,
desperate for
the
money.
guy thing.
amount-
You'd be
the amount of
surprised
men-
how many
yeah.
guys are desperate to do that. Old
The
men,
amount
young
of men, bro, that are that
you gotta be
that
sick
don't-
though.
No, you ain't gotta be sick.
It's not sick. It's just
One of
you're
my
horny.
very good friends, is like deprived of love. Like he will do anything in the world to find somebody to love him, bro. And it's sad, and I hate seeing him go through this shit. But he literally flew a girl from the other side of the country that
And he's not even an ugly guy. That's the
He-
funny
he-
part. I mean,
he
Momo's not gonna
flew-
say that, but he's not even an ugly guy. Like,
Yeah, he flew this girl from the other side of the country to come see him, and then she don't even want to fucking be with him, and it like crush. It's like, bro, you went through all this, you do all this shit trying to make somebody happy, promising them this, that, and the third, and it's like, bro, like you be surprised how
my
desperate.
son here was dealing with a desperate female that would do anything.
I don't
you
think
know?
I don't think you could be desperate for love. Like,
go do that,
because that's different.
I mean,
Like,
like,
he
no, we've
flew
all
out-
dealt,
he
we've
flew
all
out-
dealt with people like that.
One girl for a relationship. They were flying to fuck a girl knowingly there's gonna be there was no misconception of love to be found here. You're going
Well,
here.
but just desperate.
They just want
Yeah,
that
they're
that
desperate to fuck.
feeling of being with somebody, though. It don't even have to be love sometimes.
Yeah, and that's right, and that's why I'm saying that they had to have this kind of level of depression where you know it's only a nut, not even love. You have to have. There's something wrong with you. That's not normal. But you're not gonna tell me that's
But in both parties,
I can
though.
give my
I
two
feel like in
cents,
both parties.
Real quick though. If I could give my little 2 cents on this real quick. Look, if you over here trying to find love or anything like that, yo, try to find love within yourself first. You can't be over here trying to like love somebody else and expect that to be given to you just because you paid or just because you brought somebody across the country. Like, look, dog, at that point you gotta work on yourself. You gotta work on yourself mentally, spiritually, physically. Because at the end of the day, the only person who has your back is your damn self. Right. That whole aspect of people having to like be that desperate to the point where you feel like fucking a girl who's fucking a whole bunch of dudes, especially to that extent, like Lily. That's just bro. You, in my opinion, you need to help yourself. You need to get yourself out of that mindset. Cause
So can I ask you a question real quick?
I've said that all the time.
Can I ask you a question real quick? When do you remember your first love? Like when do you remember your first love and your first heartbreak? Like, do you remember?
Yeah. First love and my first heartbreak.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking about tears.
You ain't gotta
tears.
tell us. You just say
Like,
you remember. Don't. Let's not get
Yeah, you
excited.
gotta tell us.
No, I'm not gonna say it. That's
No,
my
no, I'm
private
just
like matter. Hold up.
No, I'm
But
just
it's
saying, like,
I'm
you-
just trying to like think about it.
Yeah, do you like
Yeah,
your,
you gotta think
your
about
first...
it. Was you really hurt though? Because I ain't gotta think about it.
What was the point? What was the point though?
Okay, so a lot of people hasn't really experienced that first tearjerker type of love. Like, I remember mine, 6th grade. I bought this girl a teddy bear. No, I'm just saying in general. Like, I ain't going into deep detail. I'm just saying. I know y'all trying to finish. That's what. Let me get to it. Damn. But anyway, experiencing that in the 6th grade, you know what I'm saying? Like, it taught me, like, okay, like, I gotta watch out for myself. I gotta be a little bit more careful with the person I choose to be with. A lot of people haven't experienced that tearjerker type of love because they ain't even been with a woman like that, in the sense of they can't even fathom a girl telling them no. They just scared to talk to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't scared of rejection. Most people are scared of rejection, so they're gonna take whatever it is they can get to, even whether it be just a nut, whether it be just showing the girl, hey, I'm gonna do this for you, and hopefully you do something for me, type shit. And that's where.
The music's playing. Gotta keep it going.
Oh my God, I'm sick. You get on my nerves. But anyway, this is where. That's basically what it is for me, for most of these dudes that probably did this shit, is that they just was hoping that something might have came out of it other than just a nut.
Nah, but if
Ain't
you
nothing
have
coming at
expectations, it's not gonna go your way though.
and possibly a damn disease. You
Like,
can't
look.
do stuff like that.
There's
Not the
There's
world
no
we
way
living
you
in.
signed up for a 100-person train and thought you were gonna get something out of it.
That
Right.
part.
Come on. Like, come on. Like, they're sick. Like, you're not.
You
No.
gonna get
They call-
a badge of honor?
They call sex for a reason.
There is
They call
there
them-
is
they call-
there is a level of truth to that, because it's the same reason why people riot for Kai Cenat in the middle of New York City. You know what I mean? You don't want to just meet Kai Cenat. You want to possibly get something out of it. So I do agree with him a little bit. Like, they do think they can get something out of it if they go do it, not just a nut.
I don't know what they would be getting out of that though.
Like,
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't believe that, because all was written down. You only got 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That's like Showtime at the Apollo. You remember Apollo? Apollo, you go up there for 1 minute, you ain't doing good. They taking your ass off the stage.
Man,
You could have traveled.
5 minutes. I don't want
That's
that.
fast.
No way.
That's fine.
That's crazy. Busting a nut in 5 minutes.
I'm weak. All right, we got 4 minutes left in the video.
So you think?
They gotta be desperate.
You think Momo lasted longer than that? He lasted.
Ooh.
I've been
I'm
with
weak.
Momo almost 5 years, and they ain't never been 5 minutes.
Hey, that's my boy.
You know what I'm saying?
He's like,
Stop. I'm not saying.
I ain't trying to put them all out there or nothing, but it's like,
Oh
nah,
my
impossible.
God.
I'm not saying he's fucking you in 5 minutes. We're talking about nutting, because you said
The
nutting
nutting is not within 5 minutes.
Bro, okay. 4 minutes left in the video. All right.
And you got 5 minutes
Be
of the
as
video.
low down as her, but you're definitely incredibly close. And there's no reason why you should believe you would go without critique. I will say this much: I don't think you took advantage of her. I think she enjoyed every single moment leading up until this. She probably had her variation of a post-nut clarity moment of when it was done and she had her crocodile tears and feeling her regret and everything of that nature, only to a couple of days later announce that she's gonna try to sleep with 1,000 dudes in a 24-hour span. And really think about it. She said in the midst of that, because really think about the math, right? You're supposed in 24 hours to have 1,000 dudes come through there. You're not really going to be able to pipe for a minute. Really. Because there's going to be time in which the switching of dudes has to happen. There's going to be a moment in which you'll probably have to break in order to go and get food or maybe wash herself off, whatever the case may be. I can almost guarantee the vast majority you are not going to finish. You know damn well you wouldn't have traveled from wherever it is that you traveled from to go and engage in the act with your favorite adult film star and not bust a doggone nut. Like, there's no upside to participating in this whatsoever. So have some element of pride and abstain from not only bringing yourself to participate, but from this genre of content through and through. Because there is no positive whatsoever. Everybody has their phase, everybody has their own journey, but I'm telling you something right now. There's no way you can watch this in its entirety and not be utterly disgusted. So I'll leave you with this. Do better. You know better. So do better. This lady is a prostitute. There is no other definition than that whatsoever.
She's a harlot.
There is no sympathy that should be sent out. There's no feeling bad that should be sent in her direction. She's trying to disassociate herself from the reality of what it is. I can understand if you're a religious man or woman and you want to see everybody mess around and make it to the promised land. I can understand if you express sympathy that is there. But at her core's core, this is somebody who wants to be a harlot. And if that's what she wants to be, let her be that. Just make sure you and yours don't participate.
As she announced to her fans that in February of 2025, she would be sleeping with 1,000 men in a single day to break the world record.
Last week I did 101 guys. Now this was just the warm-up because in February I'm going to be the first person ever to reach 4 digits of guys all in one day. Yes, 1,000 guys.
Maybe what we witnessed that night was just someone overwhelmed with emotion after completing such a monumental challenge. Or maybe we saw the true toll this career can have on a person.
Hey, I appreciate you watching the entire video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button.
Definitely gonna subscribe to my boy, give my boy a like. Gotta support black business. I want to say thank you to everybody that sat for this. You know, we kind of almost went 3 hours. Like I said, I appreciate you all being part of this. We're gonna try to do this every Friday.
We were so invested.
We was OD invested. Nobody made clips or nothing. Everybody was just opinions. But that's what we like. You know what I mean? It's just discourse at the end of the day. We're not gonna all agree. We're gonna all have different opinions. We're just learning from one another. You know what I mean? And just traveling through this internet space together. You feel me? This is fun. You feel me? I like this. So next Friday, if y'all down, come through. If y'all have videos y'all want me to watch, put it in the react section in my Discord, or hit me up, send me the video. I'll put it in the react section of my Discord. And, you know, we could keep doing this over and over. If you guys have any ideas or any closing statements, now's your time before I cut it off.
I'm
Why
paying.
y'all?
One at a time, y'all.
You were saying right?
I just said watch your coochies. Yeah.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
All right. Raquel's trying to get canceled. Next person. next person.
All I said is I'm in pain right now.
From what?
Pain from what?
What?
I'm not gonna lie. During
This nigga mad dramatic.
During this whole time that we doing the reaction and shit, I had to go help my family over there with some shit. I ended up busting my ass down the damn steps.
Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, you gotta be careful, man. I thought you said pain from watching this video. I'm like, nigga, you mad?
Right?
My soul hurts. My soul hurts after this one.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Really keep in something else, but those.
Yeah, sorry for Junior's soul. Anybody else?
I just want to say, everybody be safe out there.
Dead ass.
Check who y'all messing around with. Even when y'all first get with the person, you might have known them your whole life, but still, go get checked, go get tested, be safe. Wrap it up if y'all are gonna be dealing with 100 people. If that's your life, if that's your journey, then that's your journey. But be safe, keep others safe. Like, come on, we nasty out here.
Dead
That's
ass.
what I said, but she said it nicer. Where I get canceled. That's insane.
I do want to ask one question.
What?
Do y'all think y'all should get checked on the first date?
Yes.
Like,
Well, if you're gonna continue, yes.
What do you mean, like
I know
after the first time you do something?
This y'all date, you know, and then y'all feeling like a little bit and everything. Y'all gonna get checked before y'all do that action, or y'all just go straight on and y'all just do it?
So
If y'all gonna do it and not get checked, then wrap it up.
Damn, that's
I was just gonna say, I feel like it should be normalized that people just should get checked up regardless for themselves, and not because you just met a person.
Yeah.
Your health matters at the end.
Especially dude. Especially dude.
Facts.
Guys are so
I
scared to go to the
definitely agree with that. You should get checked before and after. You should try to get checked before if you can, and definitely get checked after, because it's your journey and you have to go through that by yourself. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're good at the end of the day. You don't need to go to the clinic with that person. Go by your damn self. Get that shit done. And there's free clinics out there, by the way. There's not just hospitals where you gotta pay like $200 for a checkup. You can go to free clinics to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a serious business, y'all. Good advice. Good closing statements, y'all. All right, y'all. Bye Twitch. Bye YouTube. This isn't a permanent bye, but see you guys again next Friday. And we're about to play a horror game. So if you're here, please stick around because this shit is gonna be fucking hilarious. Okay. Appreciate everybody that watched. Say bye, y'all. Say bye to the viewers.
Yo. Bye, guys.
Later. Adios, amigos.